Hail and well met. Welcome to the latest episode of the Westgate Irregulars. See how I said it that way? I didn't have to say the number. Ha ha! Once again, we are featuring our special guest player, Stefan Marmion, who plays Adrian Corvetto, a.k.a. the Knight Shiny, one of the founding members of the Westgate Irregulars, and back for a second time.
Yeah.
Take it away, Stefan.
Well, I'm hoping that I'm going to get more than one round of combat in me this time. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Welcome to the stream. All right. Well, we'll see what we can do. There's theoretically going to be more combat because I know you want to show off those paladin smiting abilities. So let's go back to our usual rotation. Take it away, Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga, and I play Cecilia, your favorite lazy, not a warlock. She better be your favorite. I'm going to tell you real quick about our sponsor. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure. That includes Frida and Havilar from the Brimstone Angels saga. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. And I believe this week we are still celebrating the release of Orkira, the Dragonborn cleric from Heroes of the Plains, I think is the show she's on now. Sorry. She's been on a lot of shows. So go ahead and check that out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can check out idlechampions.com. If you do know what I'm talking about, type in the command at the bottom of the screen into the chat. It will give you a code. You can get an Electrum chest, your very own. So pop that in, come back, let us know what you got. Did you get anything shiny? For shiny?
I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy as Rhiannon Held and space opera as RZ Held. I play Artemisia, half-elf sorcerer who really likes lightning.
Hi, I'm Ying Wang, a writer and a filmmaker. I play Stong MacGuck, a half-orc bard. This week, we are also once again giving away a jumbo D20 made by the talented Teacup the creator. Use the command !enter for an entry, or !Teacup to check out her Instagram, where she has a lot of other cool creations.
I'm Stephen Merlino. I'm a fantasy author and a teacher.
Hi, I'm Randy Henderson. I'm an author as well, and I wrote a humorous little like Terry Pratchett style story about everyone's favorite gelatinous cube, Roomba. So you can check that out. You can find the link on our website, or I'll put us in chat. But check it out.
Awesome. Okay, so for tonight, we're going to start with Rogar, who was absent for the last 2 sessions because he was doing the same thing, and that was taking care of the dwarves that they rescued from the Night Mask stash house. That does not mean they hide their marijuana there. It means they hide their everything there.
Which probably includes their marijuana.
Yeah.
I just realized I had to get in character. It's like been 2 weeks since I've had to do Rogar, so okay.
So where did Rogar take the dwarves that he is caring for?
What is sort of the major healing temple, I suppose, in Westgate?
Well, there are several temples in Westgate.
Who was the one who was least like resistant to actually helping out when the city was burning and everything like that?
So you're probably looking for the Timoran temple.
Okay, so I'm in like a small room of the Timoran temple with the dwarves on little cots, and I've just been praying over them, and I've tried like every spell I know: lesser restoration, greater restoration, really cool restoration, super cool restoration. I don't know, every restoration spell I know, every healing spell I know, dispel evil. I've just been like, and just praying.
Okay. So the Timorans have graciously granted you the use of some of their space in the, what's the name of that temple? I have it. Oh, Fortune Boon Hall. There we go.
And I'll be trading. I'll try to help them out as well. Like, heal and stuff. I'll take shifts as payment for the dwarves to ensure the dwarves can stay there and be cared for.
Fortune Boon Hall is in the northwest corner of the city, which suffered a bit in the orcish raids. Many buildings are damaged and lots of people are injured, and so the temple is full of people groaning and crying out for aid as the clerics, with their limited healing abilities, because you only get so many spell slots a day, go around trying to help them as best they can. The priests of Timora have been very harried with all of the work that they have to do. And so Rogar finds himself mostly left to his own devices. You're in a small alcove, essentially, under the watchful eye of a saint of the Timoran faith. At one time, they told you who that was, but you don't really remember. A halfling of some kind, based on the size of the statue.
Name of Biff or something. I don't remember. It's some weird, not dwarvish name.
Anyway, so I think there were 3 dwarves that you rescued from the underground, and they have been lying there catatonic basically this whole time. They'll eat a little bit if you feed them. They'll drink a little bit if you give them drink. They will do the other basic bodily functions, but there just doesn't seem to be a lot there.
And I heard, I've heard told that, this is the bleakness has something that has been plaguing particularly Ertart and around the rift, not so much at the outposts where I was, but...
Yep, that is the word that keeps going through your mind, the bleakness. You didn't truly understand what the bleakness was until you've seen it in these 3 dwarves. One night, it's getting very, very late. The priests have all gone, retired for the night. There are just a few candles throughout the temple, and 1 candle in the alcove where you are treating the dwarves.
Okay.
And you're up late praying, seeking Sharinlar's guidance. And everything seems very dark and gloomy around you.
Right.
And you hear a faint voice, very, very faint.
Oh,
You can't really make out what it's saying. It's just...
Is it Sharinlar? Is she answering my prayers?
It becomes a little bit louder. No, you can't make out what it's saying. You look around to the 3 dwarves to see if one of them is speaking, but none of them... there is one of the 3 dwarves, however, who is staring sort of intently in one direction.
I'll go over to him and I'll lean down to see, kind of look where he's looking and listen if I can hear the voice any clearer.
Okay, the dwarf looks at you and speaks in a voice that no dwarf has ever uttered. And it says, in a woman's voice, "I love you."
Oh. Do I recognize the voice? Does it sound like when Sharinlar appeared to me in my vision?
It does not. It sounds dark and sad and full of despair.
Oh.
I love you, Rogar Battle Baron.
Thank you. Who are you?
I am she of the darkness.
Oh, Shar. Is this Shar?
Yes.
I didn't know why you would love me. I certainly am not a fan of yours.
Understatement.
Understatement. You gotta be, when you're talking directly to a goddess, you don't want to like it.
You can lie to me, Rogar Battle Baron, but you can lie to yourself, but I see the truth. I love you.
What truth is that?
You are my servant. You have always been my servant.
Oops.
No, you rule over like loss and despair, and I serve life and love. That's the opposite. How can I be your servant?
You have lived a life of loss and despair for a century. You have known love for a month, a year. This is nothing, Rogar.
It's something. It's much better than whatever it is kind of love you think you're offering me.
I am offering you relief. You are but one dwarf. You cannot save a doomed people. The sooner you embrace that truth, the less pain you will endure. And I do not want to see you in pain, Rogar.
This is pushing all my buttons. But
Rogar.
maybe I have been suffering. Maybe I've been in pain, but I was.
Yes, I have seen all of this, Rogar. And I understand.
I'm sure you do, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing.
So you feel these cold arms reaching around your shoulders. You don't see anything. And these cold, dark hands like clasped over your heart.
Oh.
You can give in, Rogar. You can let go. Stop hurting yourself. Why must you suffer? Suffering brings nothing but pain.
I don't think it's suffering. I think it's fighting. I think that the solution to pain isn't to surrender. It's to fight it. It's to find hope and love. That's what takes strength. That's real power. Whatever you think you have, I think to find love and hope in the face of despair, that's power. That's strength. And I'll prove it. I will save my people.
The embrace goes away and you can breathe clearly again. And the voice says, very well. Hope only sweetens despair. I will be waiting.
And I will be
Rogar
fighting
Battle Baron.
Shar.
And then a hand touches your shoulder and you almost jump out of your skin and realize that it's a Tamoran priestess. And she's like, huh, Sir Battle Baron, are you all right?
Am I all right?
The miasma has cleared and everything seems clear.
I'm pretty all right. And I'm kind of pissed, I think. I'm pretty pissed.
You drank too much?
No.
You need to relieve yourself.
I need to relieve myself of some a dark goddess. That's what I need to relieve myself of. And I'll say, we watch over these doors. I will return for them. And I'm going to snug up my pack. And I'm going to snug up that locked book that I got from the Night Mask lair. And I'm going to head to Briar House. Because it's kind of like, time to like, I feel the need to like put another thorn in Shar's side.
Excellent. Okay. Did you all hear that motor noise?
Was that Shar?
That was Shar's growl.
That was
Taking her
Shar going,
motorcycle.
well, fine. Okay.
Shar's motorcycle as she races away.
Where is Shar? What is the plane Shar is from? I can't remember.
Somewhere really, really dark and
The darkety darkness.
I thought about trying like dispel evil, but like they succeed on a charisma roll, and like you have to
feel like
succeed on an
if you-
attack roll against them in the first place, and it's
If
like
you beat Shar, the greater goddess of loss,
Right,
to
yeah.
dispel evil, Eric,
Yeah.
I would be so angry at you.
exactly. I was
Shar
like,
is
no.
Shar is from Deep Dark Scary Town. Is
Yeah.
the
If
name
you
of
did
the
it, I
plane
would
she's
believe
from.
it. I would believe it as an action from Rogar. But if it was allowed to work, I would be like, what is this?
What is the point of this campaign? All right. So, and then we see Briar House, and you have spent the night recovering from your battle, nursing your wounds, resting, Note that I said the word resting. You all get a long rest.
See, it's the
Ooh,
eraser,
thank you.
that is erasing my crossed out spell slots.
And the first question is,
Beyond. No, it's fine.
the first question is, Rhiannon,
Hmm.
did Artemisia dust that night mask up in her bedroom? The one who tried to Jason her from the closet, or did you keep him alive? Because I'm pretty sure you know Hold Person, so
That is true. But see, Hold Person is only so much fun, and I'm thinking instead of Lightning Lure, which doesn't do a ton of damage, but like grabs people and then maybe like drags them around. I don't know. The spell description doesn't say that, but what say you, DM? Could she drag him out of her room with Lightning Lure?
oh yeah, okay.
Gimme.
So as you're hanging around the sidebar drinking and kind of like recovering from your wounds, Artemisia comes down from upstairs dragging this night mask bound up in crackling lightning,
Oh.
and it goes
Nice.
Adrian is also like discovering that everybody is into a lot of different things, and so he is unsurprised and asks no questions.
That's dope.
and Sarshan says, is that the one that stabbed me and her?
If we've got them, we should find out how they got in here and why. I mean, I got some guesses on why, to be fair, but
Do you want to do the intimidate thing, Cecilia?
always.
I want to watch.
I also have a lot of questions.
Wow.
You want it on this, Shiny?
I do not, but I am curious as much as you are, maybe even more so, what these people were doing here. I understand that you have bad blood, but this is a very, very personal, intense attack.
So, pull Shiny away from the night mask and just be like, just so you know, we might have trashed one of their hideouts earlier. So this could be related. Although it was when they were already leaving and everybody who was there was kind of garbage, to be perfectly honest.
And they followed you, or they found out.
Maybe. One of them, I banished one of them and she didn't come back. I'm not sure if that means she's dead. I don't suppose you want to get banished for just a second to check something for me, do you?
I prefer not to.
Don't agree. Meanwhile, Artemisia, I got a bling bling in chat, and chat suggested that maybe the night mask had a purse, so she's gonna check for that. The DM doesn't have to put the money there, but Artemisia's gonna
She's gonna pat him down.
pat him down.
Yes, he does have a certain amount of gems and jewelry that totals a cool 250 gold pieces worth of valuables.
Is Sturge back?
Oh, nice find.
Yeah, I think Sturge showed
You
back up.
ran out. You were standing on the river looking for the
Oh,
escaped
that's
night
right.
mask.
Well, I think it's the next morning, right?
Yeah, time is a little bit fluid, but yeah, it's like
Maybe we question him and then have a long.
Yeah. I would guess that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I should have asked if you were going to question him before I said you had a long rest. So,
All right.
anyway,
Tie him to a kitchen chair.
okay.
I don't know what. Like, this part Cecilia is a little squishier on. She can yell at people, but the part where we also immobilize them so that they don't run out the door, that's not her job. We could just stand here and glower at him too. I mean, that might work.
Well, we could probably like lock him somewhere in the basement.
We'll just go down in the basement, put
I
put
think
Roomba on him.
we
Like you just stand there and you stare at him and you're like, we get a long rest if we just stand here.
All right, we secure him in the basement. And anybody who wants to participate in this questioning, please feel free. But, you know, once he's sitting there, Cecilia is going to go, okay, I don't think you have a lot of choices other than to talk, or we could, you know, she can lightning you the rest of the way is the other choice.
Very happy. Crackle, crackle, crackle.
Okay.
So-
Yeah, I'd rather she not lightning me again.
You
If
deal
it's all the
fairly-
same to you.
You deal fairly with us. We deal fairly with you. I think that's reasonable. Because this is just a job, right?
Is just a job. Is this a quick death situation? Or is this like a you might let me go if I'm really helpful situation?
It's really up to you.
It all
Oh.
depends on the information you give.
See, one of your predecessors tried this game, and she was all like, "Oh, just I'll tell you where to go, and then you let me go, and oh, you better keep your word." And then she tried to murder us. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not playing that game again, and I'm not gonna be kind about it because I'm still pissed about it. Why are
Oh.
you here right now? Why did you guys decide to come here right now?
You were the one who killed Shatana?
Oops.
I didn't kill anybody.
Okay.
What's this Shatana look like?
Well, she's a woman, and he basically describes the assassin lady that you met in the dockhouse.
Okay,
Oh.
if he starts messing with us, I really want to banish him and then ask him if she's dead in the banishment space or if she escaped. But I'm not gonna waste that on just my own curiosity.
Also, let us know she's been eaten by interdimensional cats.
Would really be good to know for multiple reasons.
How does banishment work on a person?
So they go if they're on the prime material, they go to a demiplane for up to a minute, and then they come back. Unless they don't, and then we have a question that's gonna bug me forever. And if they're not on the prime material, if they're on a different plane, they go back to the prime material where they came from. And then if you keep it for a minute, they stay, which makes it a quick and dirty plane shift if your DM is amenable. Which
All
it should
right.
be.
Well,
It's cool.
here's the situation.
Okay.
The assassin says, either you kill me or the Night Masters kill me, and I'd rather find some way not to die. So I suspect that you're more benevolent than they are, although, and he looks over at Shiny.
I will give you this. I am definitely more chaotic than they are.
Have you met the Count of Coins? I rest my
me.
case.
All right. So talk.
I don't know. You
What
make
was your-
sense. He just babbles.
What's your assignment here?
Kill him. He nods to Shiny.
Shiny?
Bro.
Adrian Corvetto, right?
I've only been in
Wait,
town.
that's your name?
I kind of glance at her from the corner of my eye and then return it to the assassin.
And I hope that he does not know whether she seriously didn't know that or if he thinks she's messing with him.
Sarshan's
That's
like,
the
you mean
goal.
the Sorrow Knight? The assassin looks at him like,
Why are you trying to kill? Why is he the
How
target?
did they know that I was back in town?
that was my assignment.
You are a
Have you
little
just been coming here
conspicuous.
every night?
No, it was just tonight, and because you had just arrived and we were hopefully gonna catch you before these heroes of Westgate got back. Didn't realize they were the heroes of Westgate. Apparently, information channel broke down.
Why did they want to kill me? Why did they use you to kill me?
I'm pretty effective,
Hmm,
unless somebody blasts me with lightning.
I
but
feel like
why?
your superior should have prepared you for this eventuality because that was guaranteed to happen.
It's possible that they didn't intend us to succeed, but we're just here to send you a message. That message being, well, apparently that the Night Masks are not powerful enough to kill you,
Well,
because look what
goal
happened.
achieved.
I'm going to draw my sword. I'm going to illuminate it with like
See?
fire,
See, this is what I'm talking about.
and I'm going to say, very few people know that I am here, and the people that do know I'm here, I can count on one hand. Why did the masters send you to kill me?
Well, they didn't explain their plans to me, but the Night Masters know everything that happens in Westgate.
So you are just another one of their eyes and ears.
I'm one of their knives, technically.
What you're telling me is you will give them more information if you leave this place.
If I go back to them, they'll probably kill me. So no.
After they question you.
Oh, they'll kill me and then they'll question me.
So I think Stong at that moment is going to lean over to this Night Mask, and he's going to offer him like a little flask, and Stong will say, "Hey, you look like you're kind of parched and maybe a little nervous. This might help you. Take a sip of this."
Okay, he looks at Song, and your passive insight is enough to show that he is a little afraid of Stong specifically.
Oh, interesting.
And he goes, I guess I have no choice.
No. We're friends here. I think we ultimately have the same goal.
He looks at Shiny's burning sword. He looks at Cecilia like, he's like, friends, okay.
You want to stay friends with us, right? Like, obviously nodding towards Shiny and Cecilia.
As you've established, we're good at killing night masks. So if you want to say get on a boat and get out of Westgate and never come back here, having us as an escort.
It sounds like a good deal to me. Okay,
Excellent
give me that flask then.
Yeah. So Stong uncorks it, hands it to him, and then Stong will say,
Isn't he tied up? Did you bind him, or is he just sitting there?
We sort of glossed over that part because nobody really had a plan for what to do since
Well, I think tying to a chair, but like
none of us
Wait,
are Knots people.
I mean,
his arms is free enough to drink or something.
he's not gonna move if he's not tied down.
He's also very injured. Like, he's at about half hit points, really. So,
Man, maybe Stong will use like a minor cure wounds on him, because so Stong will cast a level 1 cure wounds on him, and then he's going to say, you don't want to die. We don't really want to kill you. And if you say that your employer is going to kill you, maybe you should give up your employer and let us deal with them.
okay. Well,
Heal for 5.
all right. I'll note that on him. He says, well, I'm not sure what I can tell you that would be useful.
Well, how are you going to get in touch with them?
And we have a series of passcodes.
Such as?
Well, I leave a flag
Yeah,
in
I
a
know, come on.
particular window. I set a flower pot out
Okay,
on
okay,
a
whoa, whoa, whoa.
particular stoop.
What we need here is I put a red, green, striped flag.
What message do you want to send?
Well, tell us what they say. What's the I did the job?
Okay. If I killed you, I would put
Ernie's just gonna get her notebook out.
something owned by him, the target, flying in the window across from the black boot.
Now we find out shiny boxers. or
Tabs
briefs?
on all of my possessions, or would they just expect something like my shield?
Well, they said that you were wearing a very distinctive color, maybe like a shirt or
I
a
have-
tabard.
Cape.
Yeah, that would be the thing. Preferably covered in blood.
Huh.
Oh, we can cover it in blood.
Oh, God. Oh my God.
Anyway, that
Keep him on his
signals
toes.
That's
That
true.
signals-
That's good.
that signals that the job's done, and then I'm contacted by a night master, and I'm not entirely sure what would happen after that. Maybe get rewarded. This was a big job after all.
And you don't know. Did someone hire the night masters to come after him, or they specifically want him dead?
I wouldn't know, but they're the top of the food chain here in Westgate. I can't imagine anyone hired them.
Knows they're the top of the food chain somewhere else.
How about an eyeball?
Maybe that's above my abilities.
I want to
What
eyeball
would you say-
this guy's clothes. Like, is he
Mhm.
about Sturge's size or anybody else's size here?
No one's about Sturge's size. Sturge is
Mm.
really slender and wiry, right?
Lanky, very lanky.
The person that he is the most similar in build to is probably Adrian or maybe Sarshan, because Sarshan is a little bit more muscular than an elf, a standard male elf would be.
What? I look at the man, my sword still in my hand, and I say, what would you say your trade is?
My trade is in killing. Many people need dying.
This is a thing that you have done for a long time, something that you intend to keep doing, regardless of whether or not you're employed by these people.
That sounds okay. I'm gonna determine how intelligent this guy really is.
Oh man.
That sounds like a trick question.
Going.
Say
You're a farmer. Say you're going to be a farmer now.
Well, if I leave the city alive, I don't intend to go killing elsewhere. I'll probably go back to picking pockets. Maybe become a pirate. Apparently, they have nice benefits like fresh air and grog. He's really fishing for
So
things.
stealing or pirating is what he tells me he's gonna
I mean, it ain't killing.
Stong leans
Basket
over
weaving.
to Adrian, and he says, well, my not girlfriend is also a pirate.
Does she need a swabby or something? Like someone to clean the decks?
Yeah.
We could give him to Scarecer, and she could teach him a new trade.
Oh, indentured servitude. That seems like a good idea.
Oh, paid very well. Very generous for that work.
I look at Stong. You're dating a pirate?
Oh, it gets better.
Pirate from another dimension.
Not
You're
girlfriend
dating
though.
a demon pirate?
Get Yankee.
Psychic pirate from another
She's
dimension.
literally one of the scariest women I've ever met.
Who's like
That's what I love.
at
about
least
her.
half red dragon. She wasn't born that way. Anyway.
Yeah, but so Stong wants to lean over to Adrian Cecilia, and he's gonna say, it seems like they had a similar number of assassins as us, so maybe we could pose as them and ambush whoever was gonna make contact with this guy.
I'm very here for this idea.
Certainly.
Okay, Stog, I'm not gonna lie. Can't wait to tell Sturge. He's gonna love it.
Yeah, this seems like a Sturge thing for sure.
What do we do with this one? And I gesture to the assassin.
We give him to Scarecer. I thought that was the plan. Was that not the plan?
I'm not a
Strip
big,
him naked and give him to Scarecer?
I'm not a big fan of creating more pirates.
Wait. Do you mean the Scarecer? The Red Corsair?
Yep.
Oh.
Insight. What does that mean?
Go ahead and make a check. Let's see. Eaten by vampires, murdered by you, indenture to the Red Corsair. I'm thinking.
14.
Yeah, he's a little bit wary about Scarecer. Apparently, she has been up to some things. All right. Yes. It's a fair enough deal. I'll even tell you some passphrases for all the good it'll do you.
Here's the thing. I think we need to keep him under wraps until we can be sure this is accurate.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to be the dummies sent into another trap.
Yeah, good
Okay.
call.
He says, "May I ask you a question?"
Sure. All of us?
Yeah, especially him. He nods his head to Shiny. What exactly is the difference between you and me?
I am willing to do whatever it is to succeed at what I know is right. You do whatever it is people pay you to.
I see. So, because I take money from living people and you take money from dead people, that's the difference. Got it.
I'm gonna look at a Stong and say, have I ever brought you back looted money from a corpse?
He never brings back any money. Trust me. I'm the one who has to loot all
So
the money.
Artemisia, like,
I'll take nothing from the dead.
the purse
It's
that she
true.
took off him, she, like, had put it on the ground and she, like, nudges it away with her foot around the corner where you can't see it.
Right.
Sounds like you don't take the money off the corpses too.
I'm gonna walk up to him and say,
Those shoes are way too nice for Night Mask salary.
Did cost me a pretty penny. Oh, you're probably gonna need me shoes for disguise purposes, aren't you? See, this is why you never fail in your task. And then he looks up at the paladin walking up to him.
I'm gonna walk up to him and I'm gonna say, you have expressed no intention to cease your evil ways if you leave here alive. If you leave here alive, we aren't even certain that you won't go running back to your masters and tell them exactly what happened here, and they will wreak more havoc on innocent people in this city. Tell me exactly why we should let you live.
Well, if you maybe had a spellcaster who could detect lies, I could tell you for sure that I wouldn't run back to my masters. They'd just kill me.
I'm not exactly concerned with you lying to us. I'm concerned about what you do when you leave this place. Once you have your truth.
If you're going to indenture me to the red harpy of the skies, then odds are I'm going to go do me villainous ways for a while and then die horribly, because that's what happens to anyone who crews her accursed ship.
I'm going to look at Stong for a moment, and
I'm also going to look at Stong.
But who knows? I might do really well. I might do really well. She might make me her first mate.
I'm going to say, Stong, can you assure that if this man is given to your pirate girlfriend, that
Not girlfriend.
that he will act in a purely subservient, laborious role?
Oh my goodness. So
I feel like
Stong,
Scaresair runs a tight ship.
It's true. But Stong cannot. He's also like he just can't lie. But so he would say, but would he know? I think he'd like think about it and he'd be like, I will talk to her.
I just want to say, every time you're talking to Stong and he says, not my girlfriend, Mirabelle, who is, by default hanging in the little papoose around Stong's chest, is looking at you like,
So leveling with you all, one of Adrian's core beliefs is that he cannot allow, in his mind, evil is like the equivalent of a monster rampaging around a town, and he cannot let this guy live if he's just gonna go and do evil shit. So Stong especially can probably see it in Adrian's eyes that he fully intends to kill this dude the moment that you don't need him.
Okay, Stong will turn towards this Night Mask and he will say, I think it's probably best if you just take up some honest work, and this is probably your last chance.
Do you know anything about accounting?
Ooh.
That's the bit with the numbers, right?
Yes.
Yes?
No.
We can get some of that detect lies in here. That's unfortunate because if we could find our perfect symmetry of saving someone from their life of evil doing and finding a financial advisor we need.
Well, my gaffer was a fisherman. I could take up fishing.
There you go.
It's mostly extremely boring, but it's better than being dead, I suppose.
It is better.
How's that, Sir Fiery Death Sword?
I'm gonna, without playing it out, I'm gonna subtly say some litanies of hatred and vengeance to him, and then brand the side of his face with my sword.
Oh.
I will come find him if ever I find he has ever harmed anybody again, and that the mark I gave him, which is a total lie, but I will tell him that the mark I gave him will glow if he does something wrong, and I will come straight for him.
All right, make a deception check with advantage.
Excellent. Oops, where's my thing?
Artemis isn't stopping
Wanna
or
help?
anything,
I wanna
but
be like,
she is
no,
a
the
little
mark.
I think he
taken
just kind of suddenly did it. Just Sarshan is like, yeah, makes sense.
You said with advantage?
Yep.
Okay. I got a total of no, not a good one so far. I got a
Use
total of
system.
23.
Nice.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. First of all, he screams in pain, and then he seems very convinced. Just fishing it is.
Okay. This
Also deck swabbing.
the basement is no longer connected to the sewers, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we could just like leave him here. Salve his.
There's
his
probably
new-
a side room with like a sturdy door.
Oh wow, there is. I never noticed that before.
Well, it was in the shadows, so.
Yeah, I guess I don't come down here very much. I guess. This house is weird. All right, let's stick him in the closet. That's not where the box is, right?
Mm-mm, no,
Okay, good.
over there.
We like leave him, some salve for his new mark and a water skin and a book to read that's not the book in the box, and go upstairs and make a plan.
Ooh, I think that's a good
The
call.
Adventures of
fishing.
Setson, Volume
No,
3.
who has this? Oh my god, I don't have any. I at this point we haven't had a long rest, so I don't have a spell I can like set it on fire with. But
Oh, that's right.
I snatch it and take it up to the fireplace upstairs. Find him a book on fish.
Okay.
As we walk upstairs, Sturge leans close to Stong and says, I forgot what a hard ass your friend is, your life partner.
You know, I'm the flexible one, he's the rigid one. We're an odd couple that way.
Hmm.
Yeah, Artemisia looks a little sort of like not quite standing right by Adrian anymore.
I think I like it a little bit. We lack spine in this group, and he has a certain surety in everything he does. I kind of like that.
Yeah, and as Sturge says that, I think Stong thinks about how correct he is and maybe how Mirabelle's missing some of this zealous goodness in her life.
And you look down at Mirabelle and she's going,
The
No.
growing child needs a good dose of zealotry every now and then.
Okay.
Baby zealot. Okay.
and it is at that point, once you have locked the basement door, that there is a knock at the door and Rogar arrives.
Hmm.
Conveniently after the interrogation scene.
My first thought is just, oh god, here's more assassins, and I just sort of look at
And I look
Oh,
at him.
Rogar.
I'm like,
Hey,
who are you? I have justice, sir.
who are you?
This is Rogar. Are you
I am
okay,
Rogar.
man? You've been
He
taking
does
care
look
of those
really
dwarves for a
tired.
while. You look worn out.
Did the dwarves wake up or die?
The doors are the same as they were, but really don't want to talk about it. I just want to where is Sturge? Is Sturge there?
Present.
Oh, Sturge, I could
Blooms
just
out of the darkness.
Jeez.
Present.
I could use a little bit more, like maybe burning down a night mask hideout or something right about now.
Good news.
Especially if there's a shard altar in it again. I really could just use a little bit of that right now, I think. And good news.
Yeah. So bad news, we got attacked by night masks and they made it into the house. Good news,
Undersold the fun.
we kept one back to talk to him, and he told us they came here to kill Shiny, and how we can go find them and figure out what the heck is going on. So we're gonna just dress up like night masks and then go ambush them.
Notably, I sigh outwardly as I haven't even been introduced to Rogar yet. She's already referred to me as Shiny.
Yep. This was
Whoa.
Shiny. This is Shiny. He's
Oh, hey.
Mirabelle's other dad.
Adrian
Adrian Corvetto, and I extend
Who?
a mailed hand to you, Rogar.
Oh, and I'll extend a mailed hand to you.
Clank.
Clank. Oh, good grip. Aye.
He is a
Mirabelle's
knight
other
of
dad.
sorrow.
I am a
And
knight.
Starson gave
a-
him another
a
nickname,
champion of
but we call him
spirits,
Shiny.
I believe,
You should call him
whatever.
Shiny.
So we're going
Shiny.
to
Okay.
we're going to dress up Adrian in night mask clothing
Oh, I thought
Who's
we were
Adrian-
all
who's
going to dress
Adrian?
like night masks.
Mhm.
We're all going to be night
Oh,
masks.
I
I-
don't doubt that the rest of us might be a feasible night mask, but
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what Adrian looks like with a little hoodie over his helmet and one of those
Well, I
tattered.
will point out, I do have seeming. If you guys let me take a nap, I can cast it on everybody. And we don't have to change our clothes and steal the night mask's shoes. Although if you want to just do that, I'm not going to tell anybody.
I vote for any plan that does not involve wearing shoes, Sargent says.
I think like a little spurt of blood like comes out of Stong's chest. He goes, "I also would like to rest.
Oh God!
A long rest."
It was pretty rough.
Rogar sees that and will say, Stone, you need a bit of healing there, lad.
Yeah, and actually, if you want to give us a feast, you could really
Oh, yeah.
celebrate
Yeah, we need
Adrian
one of
coming
those.
into town with style.
Oh.
Feast.
A
I, look,
hero's feast.
I look at you, Rogar, and I say, "You're a cleric.
Aye, and you're a paladin.
Well met."
And I am Sargent.
I give you like a knowing, like brotherhood kind of nod.
Yeah, cool. I'd like to talk. If Cecilia's going to take a nap, I have a couple of questions for you actually.
Oh, sure. I think I'd be open to a feast, and
Yeah, make the feast.
Aye.
Make the
Aye,
feast
okay.
first so you get your magic back from Sharindlar.
Oh, all right. Hold on. I was trying to remember. Let's see if I can remember the.
Posture
Go,
check.
go in the Go in the dining room and
Oh, right.
sort it
So,
out
okay.
so that it's not a mess anymore.
Right. With holy
Oh.
power instead of yeast and flour, with magic feet instead of fruit and meat, I summon forth a hero's feast. And the table just all your favorite foods appear. Snails and stuff, or snail stew for Stong, and I don't know, Rashemi delicacies for Cecilia, and expensive, very foo-foo food for Artemisia.
I like the idea that it's just that pork sandwich that they sell down the street. Really good.
The extremely rare rabbits are mine,
I was
Sargent.
gonna say a haunch of like some really rare dripping blood meat for a Sarshan, and I don't know. What is your favorite food, Sturge? What's your go-to?
You're muted.
You're muted. Bingo.
Yeah, that's one.
Sorry, my dog was barking. I prefer a wilted Cobb salad.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Cobb salad.
Oh my
Aye.
goodness.
Okay, so how much
Hot
temporary HP is
bacon.
that?
That is an excellent question.
It's 2d10.
Okay. We'll be roll 2d10. We'll call off guard. I didn't expect to be casting this. All right.
Are you gonna put the night masks in the rose garden, or do we have another way of dealing with the fact that there's bodies?
Oh,
all
I
over
can
our
do it
house?
on the thing, right? Let's see. 2d10.
I could banish them and see if they also
Oh,
don't come back.
there you go. Try banishing them.
Like, how do you know we're an adventurer? Because an adventuring party? Because we have a graveyard next to our house.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think the only person we actually buried in the rose garden was Sturge's brother, who got turned into a ghoul. So it was a little different. And then maybe Bo. So there are people we kind of care about.
Well,
Yep.
I think
So I don't particularly want to put the night masks in there too. I just actually don't know what we do when the
Two
house is full of
things.
device.
Two things I want to mention. One, Hero's Feast does consume a gem encrusted bowl worth at least 1,000 gold pieces every time you cast it. So
Oh,
keep that in
okay.
mind. Two, so Artemisia, one of your precious bowls is consumed by the spell.
Oh no.
Two,
Uh,
now that everyone is having their feast and they're introducing themselves and they're chatting and they're having a grand old time down in the basement, the night mask is sitting there, and he's like looking around, nobody, but he sees a shadow moving. He's like, what is that? And he picks up the book because that's his only weapon. And then this tiny gelatinous cube just out from around the bed. And he goes, huh, well, as long as I keep an eye out for that. And then someone behind him says, who are you exactly? What are you doing here? And he turns around and sees this extremely muscular, very handsome Xiao man who's slightly transparent. And then Bo says, oh, wait, I remember you. And the assassin goes, oh no. And Bo says, I also heard everything that you said to my friends. We're going to make sure that you keep your promise, aren't we? And then his face starts expanding and his body changes, and the assassin just, ah! But you don't hear it because you're enjoying your feast upstairs.
Forgot to ask how he got past Bo. I guess we'll find out some other time.
Artemisia is just like, yay, Bo is okay.
Yeah,
Cares about other stuff.
There is a ghost here.
Yeah, so at some point during the feast, Artemisia, you see Bo lurking by the door to the kitchen.
Oh, she's gonna go over, like, and sort of act like she assumes the others can see him. I assume the others
We
can't.
cannot
but-
still, right?
No, just Artemisia.
Okay. So she's gonna go over and be like, oh, there you are. Was there some kind of spell that stopped you? You weren't around, and the night
That's
mask got in, and
That's actually exactly what happened. There was a crystal that they trapped me in.
oh
That
no.
sounds like it was made up.
Unfortunately, none of us can hear this.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It's just Artemisia has stepped into the little servant's entrance to the dining room.
if somebody wants to hear her talking to the air, she'll convey what he's telling her. But
He says, yeah, there was some sort of ritual that they did that entrapped me in this crystal, at least as long as one of them was maintaining the ritual. But, well, at some point I woke up and you were in the middle of a battle, and I guess the one maintaining the ritual perished.
okay, is the crystal still around? Should I get it? Because I should smash it.
Oh, I smashed my way out of it.
I didn't know you could smash things.
Well, I don't know. When the magic broke, the crystal broke.
Okay.
Anyway, I didn't actually do anything. It just the crystal broke when the spell ended. I don't know how magic works, Mia. This is your department.
Wait, why are you calling me that?
Aren't we friends?
Ooh, friend
Yes?
zoned.
I don't have to. If you prefer, I
Interesting.
can call you Artemisia, but or I can call you Lady Terrorone if you
Oh,
prefer.
you don't need to be formal, but that's a nickname that, very close family uses. So.
Oh, I understand.
Well, okay, I'm gonna see about doing some kind of defense spell, but I'll try to make sure it doesn't interfere with you,
Good idea.
and be on your guard,
Okay.
and warn us if you know of any other sort of stuff that's going on.
Yep. Enjoy the feast. I'll just get back to what I was doing.
Which was? What did ghosts do?
Entertaining your new guest.
Guest?
And he fades back into the wall.
Oh man. Oh man.
and then she gets it, and then clearly she's like, oh well, he's gonna go and be like, woo, and so she's not great. And,
Meanwhile, down in the basement, the night mask is huddled in the corner. Like,
How scary could sweet little Bo be?
and he hears the sound of metal grinding on stone, and he's like, "No, no more!" And Bo's like, "Yes, more." Anyway,
I think
Nails on chalkboards.
and there's a moment. So like while we're all feasting, Stong is going to make sure that Mirabelle and Shiny have as much time as they can get together during this. And he's going to be giving like Shiny like tips on how to feed her, and how to tell when she's like about to use the restroom, etc. And he's going to pause at one point and be like, "Hey, so why do you think the assassins are targeting you? Did you like find something on your travels, or?"
I made a lot of enemies while I was away. many of them are no longer amongst the living, but one can never clear out all of the pests. I'm not sure. I didn't expect this. I thought I'd kept my returning to Westgate fairly subdued, but evidently not. I am very curious to see what these people say.
So
Same.
Sartian keeps glancing over at Shiny. And he's like, I have many enemies as well. Who is your most terrifying enemy, Sir Sorrow?
What is your power level? My most terrifying enemy. Well, it depends. Do you mean which of my enemies is most terrifying that remains among the living?
Yes.
Then the one in
That's
the
what I
basement.
mean. Oh, I see.
Nice. Man, so Stong is going to say, yeah, it just really bothers me because I thought the Night Master would be after one of us for sure because we've been messing with them, this whole time. But if they're after you, then there's something that you've done that really poses a threat to them. And we really need to nip this in the bud or else you won't be safe.
They are
I
really
agree.
persistent.
The sooner we can get there, probably tonight, the sooner that we can take care of this.
Yeah.
I think the longer we let this run on, the more at risk, and I gesture to everybody, we all are in.
I agree.
Dazin in the basement isn't all that terrifying. Does he mean he's killed all of his enemies?
Oh,
He's like
sorry.
asking Artemisia.
No, he's just thinking to himself out loud.
During the feast, Rogar will go to Sturge and be like, "Hey, I got this book in the Night Mask hideout, but it's locked. But you're pretty good with locks. I figure it might be important if it's locked."
Hmm.
And can you speak up? You got food in your mouth, Sturge.
No, Rogar. If it weren't for your presence of mind during that raid, we would have come away with nothing of value.
Oh, let's not go there. All right, so here you go.
I thank you. I will happily look at the lock.
Okay.
So Sturge will examine the lock, look for traps. He expects there's going to be poison needles all over this thing.
Ding, 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 ding. No, it just appears to be a lock.
Okay, well then, let me see if I will have better luck with this then.
It has a very distinctive opening mechanism, which seems to be like a 7-pointed star shaped thing.
And does anyone recognize the 7-pointed star?
Someone want to make a religion check?
Hey, I do that.
Sure.
Am I there though? Am I like thinking?
Yeah, you're there.
Yeah, sure.
Behold, 13.
12.
Certain sects of
16.
Mistrans, that is, worshippers of the goddess Mistra, goddess of magic, use a 7-pointed star as a symbol of their goddess.
Ooh, so this might have been a book they captured. Oh,
Sounds like a spell book.
Allow me. I'm going to give this a little look with the old. For some reason, it's not rolling for me. Come on now. Did it roll? No, it didn't. Try again.
Didn't you have this problem last time too?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know why. All right, I'm just going to roll a 20-sider. And did that do anything?
I don't see anything.
Okay. Just one more time, and then I'll
Nice.
get.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I see an 11.
Okay, and so add 8 to that.
Okay, 19.
Yeah,
Okay, what is that?
that's the thieves' tools.
Oh, okay. You do not manage to open the lock. It seems to be a little too complicated.
I might have to come at this again tomorrow, Rogar.
I think we've already got plans to take on some night masks, so I'm happy with that.
Let me stash this so it doesn't get stolen. if you don't mind.
No, I don't. And then I'll turn to Shiny and... or what was your name? Sorry, they keep saying Shiny.
It's Adrian Corvetto.
Oh, Adrian Corvetto.
Or the Knight of Tears. Sorry,
Is it Sir Adrian Corvetto or like anything like that? Or?
I'm going to look over his shoulder into the middle distance and say, I once was.
This is why we just call him Shiny.
Oh, I understand that. I guess technically I once was a cleric officially, but have you ever had doubts about like what your god wants from you or why they chose you to be a paladin?
Not once.
Not once.
No.
Well, that's good. Have you ever
Sarshan
found
looks
yourself,
troubled.
Have you ever found yourself disagreeing with like the tenets of your church? Is that same? Do you think the church is the same as your god? Like,
I'm going to set Mirabelle down into her little, I guess, like I'm imagining like a cradle thing, and I'm
High chair.
Yeah.
I'm going to say those are two very, very different things. I have broken away from any church. I do not follow any man. I do not follow the word of anyone who claims to be a vessel for my God or my faith. All I know is that Tyr speaks through me and acts through me. I cannot trust anyone else.
So your god, you hear your god speaking through you, or you feel like you're doing what you think your god?
I kind of look around the room a little bit and think about that. I'm probably not as in touch with the divine as someone of your caliber, priest, but I've never heard the words of Tyr specifically. But I can feel what he wants me to do. I can feel what it is that is right by him, and more importantly, right by what he considers divine, which is justice and the sanctity of life. Innocent life.
Tears don't speak, and yet they fall, and that's what tells him what to do.
You okay? What is happening here?
What? Nothing.
How did those words affect Mirabelle?
She's looking up at him like, oh. But that might be just because, he's her dad, so.
I don't believe. I kind of conclude my my statement of that with I don't believe that anyone, no offense, I don't believe that anybody hears the direct words of the gods. I think.
Yeah, you're probably right, Sarshan says.
We hear what we want to hear, we feel what we want to feel, and we believe what we want to believe. It is interpreting those feelings and those beliefs that is how we make sure that our God's will is done. Anybody who claims specificity is looking for personal gain and power.
Like a priest of Abathor, the wee bastard. So,
Huzzah, Sarshan says.
So
he leans over to Cecilia and he says, I fought a treant once.
Yeah, I know. You told me that story.
I know, he walloped me real bad.
That's pretty impressive, Sarshan. I'll toast to him. Huzzah. So has your interpretation of what your god wants changed over, like, since you were last here, for example? These last 2 years.
I'm still trying to figure that out, if I'm honest. I once thought that there was a very clear, visible line between good and evil. But I'm finding that that's not always the case. To act on one's suppositions and one's intuition, absolutely, and without any room for error on one's part, it leads to more suffering, not the eradication of suffering. It leads to more people being broken and having their lives taken away from them. I genuinely believe now that I do not know as much as I once thought I did. And people are multifaceted. Which is why, and I gesture towards the cellar door, as it was why he isn't dead at this very moment.
Oh, he isn't dead. That's good. That's better
why.
than last time we encountered someone. That's good. So, that gives me a lot to think about.
I thought it was because you branded his face so that you could follow him for the rest of his life if he ever stepped out of line, Sarshan says.
You branded his face.
I was bullshitting him, I say to the dog man.
I think Cecilia has listened to this speech and she is considering something, but
Stong is listening silently, glancing between Mirabelle and Shiny.
I once thought that I could tell immediately and ultimately whether or not a person harbor evil in their heart. I don't believe I can. I don't believe I ever could, and I believe that my church told me that I could, and they were wrong.
Oh, that really hits Rogar, and he's like, "Oh, I have a lot to think about. Thank you, Adrian, sir. No, formerly sir, Adrian Corvetto."
Yes, a pleasure to meet you, Rogar. Do you prefer the title of priest?
No, just Rogar is fine.
Just Rogar. I nod to him and I take a drink.
Oh, I'm always happy to drink.
if we're going to pull this off tomorrow, I think Cecilia needs to go to bed, and with enough time to also cast the seeming and then get a short rest so she has all of her spell slots, because it lasts for 8 hours.
Wait,
so you guys will get an hour to practice walking like night masks.
Get up early in the morning.
Get up early.
Everybody.
She's just gonna come in and be like, "Hey, your night mask now."
Okay.
More stuff to.
And Artemisia, even at the end of the feast, she's gonna drag out the book with the rune on it that said home. Adrian, she has like this rune on her hand that you may not notice very much, but when she gets out this like huge big thick book, and she has very little strength, so she's like carrying it in both arms, and like puts it down on the table, you can notice that it's the same as on her hand. So she's going to be studying that right up until she does need to sleep to get her spell slots back, but she's going to be like flipping through, trying to find some kind of spell that will defend the house, because we don't want to go to Mirren again. That did not work out last time.
Mirren's did some things to this house. Not on purpose.
She was going to protect it, and yeah, no.
That's how Stone got a not girlfriend.
Not
And I got to crash and get Yankee worship into an astral dreadnought.
You missed a few things, Adrian.
I've noticed.
I've already crashed too, so it's just a matter of time for the third one comes up. Maybe you'll be here for that. It's really spectacular.
All right, so you're gonna head to bed after your long feast and socializing.
Yep.
Okay. Cecilia, as you're heading up to bed, you hear grunting sounds, like the sounds of exertion,
Okay.
and you follow them around until you find Sarshan doing push-ups.
Okay.
And
What are you doing?
Oh, I just exercising.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bed. You keep doing what you're. What is going on with you? Is this is this the thing? You almost dodged me again. This hexblade thing, is that what this is?
Oh, no, that's unrelated. Well, I mean, it's related, but not entirely related. Sir Shiny's really strong,
Yeah.
and I thought maybe that might help.
You push him down the stairs?
Pushing myself up from the floor.
Because Shiny's strong?
Yeah.
I think I might be very tired and I lost a lot of blood.
Yep.
That is true. You did lose
okay?
a little bit of blood. I'm sure. Perfectly fine. Ow.
Oh yeah, Rogar would have cast some sort of healing on people too, I'm sure. So, well, but if we're gonna rest,
If
people.
I'm all healed up and then this is still happening and doesn't make sense, I don't know what to do. No.
Okay, we'll say he didn't.
So no,
Healed up enough.
but nothing to worry about. Just are you all right?
Yeah. Although, like, this, I'm very tired of being stabbed by night masks and almost dying.
Right. I'm going to do my best to prevent that from happening again.
Okay, you ran off to protect Shiny last time, so.
Well, only because
That what's
he
going
needed me
on?
to.
I was truly getting ruined. I don't.
Shiny, this is a private conversation! Go to bed!
I sleep here.
You're like, no, wait, let me defend his honor for a minute.
No, I was just like knocking on the door. But excuse me, where should I sleep?
You sleep in Caleth's room?
Actually, no, there's a guest room. Remember the guest room at the end of the hall, kind of in the shadows? It's like a
guest
little
room?
bit dusty, but not
I'll
bad.
sleep in the shadowy guest room.
No. See,
Wow.
the shadows are the reason we've never noticed it before. But like once you actually go down there and like open it up and kind of air it out, like it's nice. It's nice down there.
House
So
is
yeah,
weird. It's gotten weirder.
Adrian wanders past and he asks about where to sleep, and Sarshan's immediately like, yeah, the dusty room, the guest room. I'll show you.
Okay, I'm gonna. Cecilia is. She thinks she wants to talk to Shiny, but she's gonna see this weird, I don't know, himbo off thing happening, and she's like, I'm gonna go to bed.
Good plan.
All
Things
right.
get settled, have a conversation.
He shows Sir Adrian to the dusty guest room at the end of the hall.
Thank you. And I nod to him and still don't know quite what to make of him. And I think about asking him again, what are you? But at this point, I feel like it's rude. So I don't.
Well, I mean,
You-
it may be rude, and also, what answer would you possibly get?
Right?
Like-
What will satisfy me?
You acquitted yourself valiantly today, Knight of Sorrow.
Thank you. And I appreciate your assistance.
You are welcome.
I kind of stare at him for a minute and then go, well, I'm off to bed.
May I ask you a question, Knight of Sorrow?
Yes, of course.
What is your intention here?
You see that little thing that Stong carries around?
Yes?
She changed my life years ago for the better.
Ah,
I needed to grow and change and be the best man that I can be to help turn her into the best and happiest version of herself. I'm not sure I'm there yet, but I'm learning while I'm here.
you and Lady Cecilia and the other irregulars are old friends, yes?
Yes. We had our differences a little bit, but yes, I consider them friends. Very much so.
Shared many adventures together?
Well, a few here and there.
Campfires, cold nights?
I'm sorry?
I understand. Well, it is good to meet you.
You as well. I raise my finger as if I'm going to ask him a question, and then I just... Good night.
Good night.
What are you?
Sleep well. I shall be watching over us all while we sleep. While you all sleep.
I kind of watch him walk away, and I'm just... No, okay. And then I go into the bedroom.
Okay. All right. So
Is
I think
Ruin-
downstairs. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask if Ruin, is Ruin present?
you haven't seen Ruin in a while.
Okay. I'm a little worried, but okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Stone.
I think downstairs, Stong has like pitched a tent in front of like the basement door, and he's like
PG-13. Okay. I'm just.
semi-camping. Oh man.
Yeah.
And he's
You're camping out in front of the basement door. Okay.
he's like reading Mirabelle a bedtime story that he normally reads her, And then afterwards, he pauses and he says, "Hey, so, you know, you haven't seen your other dad in a while. How do you feel about him?"
Love Daddy. Always choose Daddy.
Always choose Daddy.
You know, do you miss him? Or did you miss him? Are you happy that he's back in your life again? Do you feel like he's taught you something today? Do you feel like I've taught you something today? Okay. And then Stong tucks her into bed and then tries to fall asleep.
Yeah. She reaches up and like touches you on the cheek and goes,
Stong is resistant.
Oh, dear.
And he holds the hand despite it burning him. He like holds it and like cradles it to his cheek for a little while.
yeah, she just made the sound. She didn't actually like cast burning hands on you or
Oh,
something.
I gotcha. Okay. You know, children can be destructive sometimes.
Yeah, they
Okay,
can.
Aaron. Yeah.
Okay. So, the night passes uneventfully. The next morning, we'll start with Cecilia. Cecilia, you were going to get up and do seaming on people.
Yep.
It's a bit unusual for you to get up really early, so...
Yeah, what is this? Mornings, this is too early. This spell has a range of 30 feet, so I might have to wake everybody up and make them stand in the same spot. But you can go back to bed for an hour as night masks. So it's gonna get Sarshan to help me wake everybody up.
Yep.
Make them
Sarshan
stand.
is waiting there at the door, fully dressed and prepared. He's even wearing a shirt.
All right. Okay.
Good morrow.
Good morrow. Get up.
I
Hold on,
prepared that
suppose.
drink for you.
What, that coffee thing?
Yeah.
Where did you get it?
I ran over to Dark Dance Manor and then I ran back.
Thank you. That seems like a lot of work for this, but that's sweet.
Well, I had a whole bag of beans in my mouth, but you know, Westar don't often look askance at animals running around with bags in their mouths.
No, that really happens a lot here.
It really does.
Sometimes it's funny. All right.
Also, there was this raccoon. Anyway, I'm getting off track.
Okay. So we get everybody awake and standing in vaguely the same spot, and cast seeming so that we look like a bunch of night mask assassins. Cecilia was not paying super close attention to the assassins who were actually in the house. So some of you might look like our neighbors or shopkeepers, but also wearing night mask outfits.
Well, they were mostly sort of nondescript humans.
Cool, because that's definitely what I've gone for. However, everybody has all of the facial features that one would expect. There's no like blur that says I wasn't paying attention. And everybody does look human. So, Rogar, there is a useless foot or two above you of illusion.
It's like you're wearing a very tall hat.
Yes.
See,
Are we the same
wasted-
gender? I assume.
Do what?
Same gender.
Yeah.
I see. This is wasted magic, wasted space. Yeah, that's why it's just a shame you're all so tall. Just a waste.
The
There's
night
ring
mask,
height.
the assassins who came after you were a mixture of men, women, and non-men or women. So
We do all have the expensive shoes on. And Artemisia, I want you to know that I paid attention to their shoes. But I'm going to go back to bed and finish my coffee. Good night.
Before you put seaming on, Artemisia, her hair wasn't done, her makeup wasn't done, but she was dressed in her like going out and doing adventures outfit. She is wearing instead the necklace that we saw in the last episode with the semi-precious stones that it's green like the butterfly. Clearly, like she kind of feels like she doesn't want to leave it behind for people to mess with, so she's wearing it. But then the seaming's up, so you can't see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I will let everybody get dressed in there. I guess you don't perceive yourself differently, so you can get the seaming on you in your night clothes and then change, and it shouldn't affect anything. It is just an illusion that sticks to you. So don't let people come up and like try and feel your face, especially Rogar and Sturge, and probably Stong, because your face is in different spots and different depths. But
It is odd when strange people come up and feel my face, Arshan says.
that happened to you a lot?
Isn't that a normal thing that happens?
It's not a normal thing.
Oh, then...
That is not a thing you need to let people do.
Yes.
Okay. So, hour. We'll be ready to go.
Oh,
You can just jump to
another
that, yeah.
hour, Sergeant says. Oh, perfect. I have a thing to do.
What thing are you doing?
And he goes outside.
What?
I'm
I
gonna
don't know
look at
what is up with him right now.
I'm gonna look at Cecilia at that point. What what's up there?
What? I don't know what that question's supposed to mean.
Like what's the whole deal with him?
Which part?
What is he?
Why is he? Who is he? Yes.
He doesn't feel like so. I guess I assumed he was a new member of the party, but Rorgar is clearly a adjusted, respectable person with a semi-normal life. I don't know. I assume that this person has this other person. I can't remember his name. Wolfman.
Sarshan?
Sarshan. I assume that he has some sort of tie to you that I am not fully understanding.
I told you we're dating and stuff.
Can Artemisia hear this? Can she be here to?
I mean, I think I'm just she followed Sarshan, he bailed out, and so she's drinking her coffee in the dining room going, what is happening?
I don't think Shiny is that subtle, really. So, yeah,
No.
you can
Okay.
probably hear this.
So Artemisia is gonna sort of subtly sneak into the conversation and be like, so you know how I was a wolf when you arrived or we arrived and you were here?
Yes,
Is
I
that
did.
your question?
And well, I guess you couldn't hear me talking, but the wolf, she's kind of dumb. And the thing you need to know about Sarshan is that he was a wolf a lot, and he's a wolf less now because he's dating my sister. But
Listen, he has a lot of excellent qualities.
he does. He is very good for you.
If you're nice, he might give you a spoon.
He does seem nice. All right, I won't question it further. There just seems to be an energy there that I can't quite put my finger on.
I'd love to answer your question, but I actually don't know what you're going at. Just explain to me why this weirdo is kicking around.
That's pretty much it.
Well, the first reason was he wouldn't leave, but then
He
That
grows
is
on
true.
ya.
That is true.
All right.
Artemisia is in the room, and Cecilia's gonna once again be like, later. Are we ready to go attack some night masks?
Let's do it.
One last thing. Sturge will ask Rogar if he would give him a little inspiration for little guidance in his lockpicking this time.
Aye.
Ooh, good call.
Touching. Aye. Sharundar give you guidance in your endeavors.
All right, here we go. Let's see if it'll actually roll for me. But bam! No, not happening. So I'll do this instead. Doing the 20-sided die.
I'm going to need you to make this check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oof. That would have been what? He rolled a 19, so that would have been 27 plus a guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Not gonna happen.
6.
Not happening.
Oh.
And I assume Artemisia didn't find any like warding spells that she could understand in the rune book.
You did find one, a spell, a ritual that seemed to be a warding kind of thing, but it would probably take you some time studying it in order to figure out how to use it.
Well, she'll do that after we get back then.
All right. Okay, so this might be a good time for us to take our break. So cue us up for 10 minutes, Yang Gang, and we'll be back after that. In the meantime, I saw a great question in the chat, which was, if there was a hero's feast, what kind of food would appear for you? I thought that was a pretty good one. Another discussion topic, what is up with Sarshan? Why is he being weird? And otherwise, what will be awaiting the Westgate Irregulars when they go to confront the Night Masks at the meeting place? Don't go away. We'll be right. Welcome back after our break. We are ready to move on to some actual combat. Maybe Shiny will last an entire round. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
Rogar's here. So
the information that you got from the Night Mask Assassin has led you to a temple. In fact, it is one of the it's a partly collapsed temple in the northwestern part of the city. The houses around it are burned down, and no one seems to be occupying this temple. Maybe it's a Night Mask meeting place for that reason.
Can we tell who it's a temple to?
It
nobody?
was originally a temple to Shantaea, you're pretty sure.
Gotcha.
Or maybe some other nature-based deity. You don't recall ever having arrived here at any point in your stay in Westgate. Like, none of you are particularly interested in Shantaea, so...
I just feel weird because that's not her name, so... Because in Rashomon, she's Bala.
Right.
This is so weird. Also, they're really early and I don't want to know. Okay. When we arrive, I'm going to go ahead and cast Armor of Agathis, recall my spell slot, and summon my Pack Blades so I don't get surprised again.
Excellent. Sarshan will also summon his Pack Blade.
And the seeming, it sounds like the seeming should cover that because it changes the look of your clothes and your weapons and all of that stuff.
Looks like you're holding short swords.
Don't let anybody touch you because it does not hold up to close inspection.
Although, let me ask you this question. Did you bring Sarshan along?
He ran off, so did he come
run
back?
off.
Yeah, that's really up to him, isn't it?
Yeah. His intention is to protect Cecilia whenever possible. So he did come back.
Okay.
All right.
Is he still acting super weird?
He does keep looking over at Shiny, like he sees that Adrian hasn't drawn his sword, so he's just like pretending to sheathe the sword even though it doesn't have a scabbard.
It's to do his belt.
Standing up straight. Yep.
All right, so we have to do something to signal, right? We have to throw Shiny's bloody cape.
Yes.
I already took care of that, Sarshan says.
What?
I figured we were just gonna like take one of those corpses and like wrap the cape around it, but okay. Do we want to know?
Oh,
where the blood came from?
I didn't take part of your cape, Sir
Good.
Sorrow. I took something of a similar color.
Huh. What?
Good
Sure.
thinking.
All right.
Okay, is it some? Can you show us what you've got? I'm a little afraid you're gonna be like, it's a bathrobe.
Oh, I hung it up already, and well, here, and he pulls out this towel, which is like an off-white towel, and there's a big chunk of it torn out. It's one of Artemisia's better tells.
Did she see it already? The face says she saw it.
Yeah. It's also very much not the same color as anything that Shiny is wearing.
Okay. I feel like she's gonna pull him aside and be like, I feel like you really want to be helpful here, but I feel like maybe something is going on and you're just, it's okay.
Is this not the
You're
right
okay.
color?
It's not.
Oh.
Can you not tell?
I don't. I don't really see color.
Okay. That's a weird revelation that I wasn't prepared for, but noted. Okay.
Wow, you didn't even know that?
A
Are you
for
two really
effort.
dating?
So, sidebar fun story. My husband found out he was colorblind after we'd been dating for like 4 or 5 months, and we were driving to visit his mother, and he asked me to get something out of the brown bag, and I said, do you mean the black bag with the brown handle or the green bag? And he's like, oh, I guess I mean the green bag. Like, he's like, do you really think that bag's green? I'm like, it's literally green. Like, what's happening here? So, like, in his 20s, he found out he was colorblind.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's possible.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Wow.
Okay, so Shiny, we do need your cape after all.
We are going to use my cape? Okay, great.
Yes.
Excellent. Good thing I brought it. I unclip it from my armor, which is under my illusion.
It doesn't matter. The illusion
Yes.
is sitting on top.
Yeah. Anyway, I unclip it. It doesn't have any blood on it.
That's probably okay.
I can help with that, Sargent says.
Do not put your blood on this.
Oh.
It should be fine. I pick up a rock and just like wrap my cape around it, and I hand it to Stong, who I assume has the best arm.
Probably, yeah. So Stong will follow the instructions that the Night Mask gave
Okay.
and hang up the cape where it's supposed to be.
Okay. Oh, I need to select your tokens, and I need to finish setting this up. Sorry, I just got distracted. Okay.
That's good. So in the meantime, you see Stong riding in on like this griffin, and you've never seen it before. It's like a medium-sized griffin. It does kind of remind you of the Pegasus that he rode once upon a time, but
Oh.
yeah, it's got like the same
Nice.
colors and stuff like that. But it's in griffin shape this time.
Summon Steed or whatever. Is that the... Nice.
I wish you'd had that when I cast the seeming, because I could have made it look like a manky pony or something. But
Ooh, I haven't used this spell very much, so I'll try to remember that for next time.
it also might be it might just end up being a timing thing. But it's very cool.
Is it petable?
Yeah. In fact, like, I control it via my mind, so I can tell it to just, calm down, or I could even pet you if you want to, pet it back. It's smart enough you could play like chess with it or whatever.
Oh, well, if it's smart, I don't want to, like, sort of be rude to it. But Artemisia is sort of like, she's not good at, like, pets or, like, animals, but she's like, I want to pet this, it looks nice. I'm very far away.
It really likes you. And Stong is like, oh yeah. If you ever want to, go for a ride or hang out with my griffin, you totally can.
Nice.
Well, if I want to fly, I do have a opportunity for that. She like looks at Cecilia to see if Cecilia's watching, and then
Watching her pet the griffin.
watching her say that she has an opportunity to go flying if she wants
Actually, in fact, I can resummon. I can summon this spirit as any shape, and one of them just happens to be a wolf. So if you're ever looking for somebody to run around with, there you go.
Actually, that might be a problem because my wolf, like, I don't know what she would do. She might just be like run off into the woods with it. So that's.
Ooh, yeah.
Friends in the front seat, friends in the back seat.
So, can you all see the map on Roll20?
Yeah.
All right. So, you set the signal, and you went to the designated meeting place, which the assassin told you about. And he was like extremely anxious, and he clearly not slept all night.
Reasonable.
He did not seem to be at all interested in lying to you. So this entrance is kind of it looks to have been originally a like a waiting place, a place that you come to pray. There was originally a statue on a plinth in the middle of the room, but there's no statue there now.
Okay.
The roof is leaking heavily. That's why there are puddles on the floor. Those of you who have played some Pathfinder might recognize this map. I'm cannibalizing it from a Pathfinder adventure, but that's just an Easter egg.
I thought I recognized.
Yeah, don't tell Paizo, everybody. It's a secret just between me and all of you. All right. Anyway.
Wink.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, not everybody is fully set up with their things. Okay.
So the statue's been removed, but
All
the
right.
ceiling still looks stable, eh?
It's creaking and it has holes in it. You can see water dripping down. It is raining
Okay.
today.
All right.
This is also kind of the bad part of town where where it hasn't been much rebuilt after the Battle of Westgate.
I was gonna say, is there a good part of town in Westgate?
There are better parts
where
than others.
where I put Briar House is the best part of town.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to say good part. You want to say better part.
Right.
Okay. So we have hung the cape,
Yep.
correct? And,
And
now
then
we're
you've traveled to
waiting.
the temple.
Why was I under the impression that we were throwing it through a window?
I'm not actually sure. I thought you were just like, this will be faster.
No,
It'll catch on the broken glass.
for some reason I was convinced that that's what he wanted us to do was like throw the glass with it. That's why I thought
Himbo logic, whatever.
I think I wasn't especially clear before. I said it was a temple, but it's more like a shrine. It's just kind of like one round space,
Okay.
and it's just one small building. But you see that it is, it's broken out on the northern side, and there's a tunnel that leads down. Maybe it was damage from the seismic activity in the city, the happy earthquake, as it were. Would you like to check out the tunnel? Yeah, the Griffin doesn't want to seem to come inside.
I still can't grab my token.
Really?
Really, I don't.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Well,
You can move it. I don't.
no,
I don't mind.
For some reason, it isn't registering. Okay, here we go.
And I
I'll
cast,
just wait out here. It's fine. No.
and Sturridge, I cast freedom of movement on you before you proceed into the. Especially since this seems very like you're likely to encounter some difficult terrain.
If anyone else is having trouble moving their token, let me know.
Oh, I'm doing fine. Woo, here I
Yeah,
go.
good.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, immovable.
Okay.
All right.
So the tunnel is very dark, and there's water dripping down like a cascade sheet of water in front of you. Like you almost didn't notice that the entrance because the water was basically covering it.
Okay.
And I whisper. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, whoever is I think we established that Shiny was the most like physically a match for one of
Yeah.
the night masks. Probably ought to go first, because if we're like walking into something, knowing would be good. And as soon as, for example, Rogar passes through that water, it is going to hit the chest of his illusion because the water doesn't care. So it might be good to start with Shiny.
All right then.
Adrian.
On the walk over here, I probably would have consulted with Adrian just to like see. Do you have bless? Like compare like. Do you have bless?
I cannot bless, but Shield of Faith if anybody wants some extra protection.
Okay.
I will always take that.
I was getting some level, planning ahead of time. Okay, so sorry. Back into the present.
All right. I guess I will step forward.
Okay. You're gonna go through the water into the tunnel.
Bloop. Yep.
All right, so that's gonna move you here, and you almost
dear.
stumble upon a body, which is showing signs of a couple hours lividity.
Hey.
Call back to our previous discussion, and is also missing an arm and part of its torso.
Oh dear.
Huh. Which part?
This part, the part that would be attached to the arm,
Part that cats really like. No,
like most of the upper left and the lung and all of the internal organs have been pulled out.
Cloven off or torn?
Except for the intestines. Nobody likes those. So there's just this mess of intestines.
Are we talking wild animal or chopped up by someone with a sword?
You can make an investigation check or a medicine check to get a sense of that.
20.
Okay. So Sturge, you slip past Shiny and check out this corpse. It looks like it was torn into pieces.
Are there tracks around it from someone who got blood on their little feetses?
There are bloody marks on the walls, which with your 23 you suspect are caused by the body being thrown this way. It just kind of bounced off a couple walls and then came to rest here.
Oh.
And is this
Okay.
body dressed like a night mask or like?
It just kind of dressed like a normal person.
Oh.
You want to root through their belongings to see if they have a mask?
No.
No, but I think that might be a good idea.
Okay. They do have a dagger and a short sword, and they do have a night mask in
Okay.
like a pouch in their clothes.
All right. I'm not gonna take any of that stuff, but it is good to know that that being night masks does not prevent us from meeting the same fate. So let's all be careful.
Okay.
What's that? What's that? Sergeant comes running up.
Okay.
Oh,
I think
I would say about 2 hours.
I think Stong, seeing that Shiny is in the front, is going to go up to him and he's going to cast True Sight on him. True Seeing.
On me?
Yeah. Because you seem to be taking the lead.
So that I can see truly, not you are trying to true see. Sorry. Okay, great.
He's like, wait a second.
I
Yeah.
thought you were like, I'm gonna like look through him, and I was like, what am I doing?
You doppelganger. No.
So you can see the ethereal plane. You notice secret doors hidden by magic. You have True Sight, so you can see the true form of like polymorph creatures under 20 feet. Dark vision.
Right.
Blah blah blah.
Are you looking at anything in particular,
I use
Adrian?
my X-ray vision this way.
You look around at the rest of the party, you realize they're all doppelgangers.
We already did that.
Game over. All right.
Yeah.
We've already done that. so-
Honestly, maybe they were doppelgangers when I knew them.
You're like, I didn't ask.
It's just like, okay, everybody, when we're building characters, everyone is going to play a doppelganger except for Stefan.
Nobody tell him.
And then we'll wait until 11th level to spring the surprise.
Long game.
All right. Okay, so with your true sight, you see that the tunnel extends down this way, and you see a number of bodies farther on.
Bodes well.
Right?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm like, this could be somebody who can make an ally of, or it could mean one of those night masters is having a serious tantrum.
Yeah.
Sarshan
like
is going to come
wandering
up here
monster.
next to Shiny. And he
Everything
says,
seems off.
Ah, yes. I smell blood and death in this place, and something rubbery.
I kind of cock my head curiously and see if I can smell rubber.
Okay, when you cock your head curiously, you catch a glimpse of Sarshan, with your true sight, and he looks like an elf, you know, just like his normal self, except that he has a number of gray, like energy feathers floating around his shoulders. 12 of them, to be precise.
Okay, I'm going to like think to myself, sure, that might as well happen,
What
The
is he?
wisest.
and just, all right, I'm going to step forward here and kind of do a 360 spin with my true sight.
All right, cool. So as you step forward there, clank, 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 you realize that there are indeed creatures in this area, and they were sitting very still as though they were part of the walls, but with your true sight you can tell that they are not actually part of the walls. They are right there.
Oh, they're big.
Large, large greenish gray humanoid creatures,
Oh, big boys. All right.
and
Why
they
would you
have
meet your contact here?
long
Yeah.
extended faces and long noses to rival even Sturge's long
Are they
nose.
rock trolls?
Amateurs.
They do indeed appear to be trolls, and your arrival has stirred them to wakefulness because, well, you weren't being particularly stealthy.
Could you reveal the southwest corner? So
I could, but I won't.
What?
But they're standing right there. Is
Just
that-
making demands of me as the DM. Could you do this for me? Mer mer mer. All right. Sure.
Sorry, Sturge. Turns out you have no peripheral vision. We're going through all kinds of ophthalmological things.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove a bunch of these things here because you can see
It's all trolls all the way
Oh
down.
my
a
god.
lot of trolls.
Oh, they've murdered. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
So
And they turn upon you, and I'm gonna need you to roll initiative.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, this isn't what we came for. We should leave.
Yeah.
Can we just do a fade to black like it's a love scene, but just fade to black and we come away with them all dead and us covered in blood? No, just kidding. Dun, 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 dun.
It's like a love scene, like a deadly love scene.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna roll
I didn't-
again, but I'm gonna change
Oh,
it to 7.
sorry.
I did not clear. All right, let me clear the turn order real fast.
Alright.
All right, now go ahead and re-roll.
Oop, oop. Boom. Anyway,
Out of curiosity, is the implication that we're meant to take that these dead bodies are the Nightmask contacts that we were meant to meet, or do we have no idea?
You think that these are indeed the night masks that you were intending to meet with?
All right.
Why would they pick this meeting place?
Right?
Eric, would you mind ending
This
me?
is the answer we're gonna need by the end, DM. Why this spot?
Maybe they didn't know that the trolls are here, I guess.
That seems.
All right, I added a turn for you, Adrian.
Excellent. Thank you. I got a nice 17.
Ooh.
Okay, you have really no way of knowing this, but I'll just go ahead and tell you. Well, I mean, you do if you were like picking up on the subtext of coming into this space. But generally speaking, the shrine was recently broken into by these trolls tunneling through the area. And when the Night Mask came to do their meetup thing, the trolls just kind of grabbed them. So they didn't
Yeah.
know that this was a troll haven, as it were.
Question: so if I use the little measurement thing on the map, it's like 63 feet from me to.
I don't
Adrian,
have the scale set up, so you're
Right.
just gonna have to count by spaces.
By the squares. Okay, I just wanted to check. All right.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, let me arrange that. Descending. It looks like Rogar is going to go first. Good for you,
Aye.
Rogar.
Well, good. Thank you. Is it possible for me to squeeze past Artemisia and Cecilia, or is
Yeah,
it
you
too
can
narrow?
come past them.
The advantages of
I'm not like, are you calling me fat? I take up the whole 5 foot square.
No.
But I know that's not, and I don't want to make anybody feel like
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
All right. Well, then I will move here, and I will cast Bless on the party. Let's see. So, how many are we? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There
All
are
right.
7 people there.
So that'll be 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to cast it as 4th level, so I can catch everybody, I think.
Okay.
And so everybody, you get you can add a die 4 to your attack and save rolls.
Thank you.
Ooh, nice. Is that
So
all-
Sharinlar, bless us in this moment of need, and soft glow surrounds you all.
Okay. Anything else you're going to do on your turn?
I think I will move, make sure I'm out of the way of any Artemisia blasts, and just
Sensible.
but available to aid and slightly protected. So I'll probably move like down here, skirt around Stog. Okay.
Okay. All right. This troll, appropriately, is the first to awaken. And it comes rushing over this way. Now, what these things are is that they are sarcophagi, kind of like low, like 3 foot high burial chambers, not actually walls.
Are they open or?
No, they're closed. They're more like mounds that like someone is buried under.
Use your stone shape to seal them shut so the vampires can't get out.
Right?
I mean, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Anyway,
I feel
so,
like that should be our first move. Assess: are there coffins? Close it up.
so
are
this
there doppelgangers? Sorry.
this troll runs up and is going to attack. I think Stong. So here we go. 3 attacks. Awesome. That's going to be a 25 to hit Stong. Does that hit?
Yep.
All right. 8 piercing damage. 12 to hit misses. 9 to hit misses. Okay. Yeah, basically. Okay. Then it is Adrian's turn.
Okay. Well, this is a thing. Closest troll. I'm gonna approach this one, and I'm going to swing at him.
Okay.
And my bonus for this. I changed a couple things. So I just wanted. There we go. Okay, perfect. Great. I will swing at him with my longsword. Does that get him?
26 hits.
Yes. All right. Cool. I am gonna smite him. He doesn't have any. Before, should I separate the dice because of radiant damage and regular damage, or does it not matter for him?
Does not matter.
Wonderful. I'm going to smite him in that case, and it's going to give me that 30 damage.
Okay.
Ha! Steer away his disgusting flesh.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you hit him. Your sword bites deep into its body, and radiant flame bursts out of the wound. You pull the sword out, and it's the wound starts closing even as you pull your sword out.
Ah, trolls!
Oh.
Anything else?
Yeah, I guess I'll do it again. I forgot that I get an extra attack at this level. It's been a
Yep.
bit. Level 11. Wonderful. Bam. 26.
That hits.
I will smite him again with the same level of spell. So let's see how that does. 32.
All right.
Okay.
And that is my turn.
It's a pretty effective turn.
Slash, slash. I only have so many of those, though.
Okay, Artemisia.
So, I assume the ceilings aren't that high. What she wants to do is she's gonna do telekinesis.
Yeah, in the tunnel, the ceiling is only about 6 or 8 feet up, so it's like some of you have to stoop. Stong has to stoop to get through the tunnel. And then in this cavern, the ceiling is 20 feet up.
Oh, okay. If she does telekinesis, can she get by the troll here, without it getting it slash at her?
I'm doing some calculation.
Mhm.
Just barely. Yes. Because they're basically a 10-foot cube, and then their reach is 5 feet, not 10 feet. So yeah, just barely.
Okay. So she's gonna float and sort of she needs to get herself better in position for various lightning bolt sort of things.
All right. So you kind of like float yourself over the troll.
Yeah,
Is that
and
what
then
you're saying?
yeah, and then
Unfortunately, the issue is that the tunnel here has a very narrow. It's a low ceiling, so you're gonna have to, when you get to like this space between the troll and the tunnel,
Mhm.
it's gonna get a chance to attack you. So
If
do
you stand
wanna
like
take
right
that
here,
chance?
it won't.
if I do what?
Stand
I
like
mean,
right
I-
there, you're fine. Because like it's when you
When you
leave is at
leave.
threat range. So like if you stand right there, you're fine.
Oh,
Or if you just float over to here, but then you're still in its threat range, you're not technically going to provoke an attack of opportunity, but then you'd be within its threat range. So
I mean, she's got the temporary hit points, so I think she's gonna
okay,
take that chance.
all right.
And
It
go
is
farther.
indeed going to claw at you.
Yeah.
16.
Nope.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you have to cast a shield to make that miss you?
No, I don't, because
Alright.
I couldn't cast shield right while I'm doing my telekinesis.
You could,
Oh, okay.
because shield isn't a concentration spell.
But she doesn't have to.
All right. Okay. Yeah. The troll swatted at you, but you just kind of floated past safely. And what else do you do? once
Well,
you're
I
done?
mean, she's lining herself up for later
Oh,
spells.
okay. Yeah.
So
that's
she's
right.
she's gone into where she has clear sight lines
Yeah.
for
You
the
just
other trolls.
didn't really tell me it was the end of your
Okay,
turn, so I was
yeah.
like, she's gonna do something. Okay.
No.
So this other troll comes slithering out through this space. And it's like the creature folds itself through and then comes out into the larger space. Its bones popping back into alignment as it comes at Sturge.
mm.
So it's going to attack Sturge. 12 will not hit. 14 will not hit. 9 will not hit. Oh, wow. Roll 20 has decided
Nice.
that you will live for a round. Okay.
His bones were still all out of it was like
So what Sturge, what I'm imagining Sturge is doing is what, if you remember in the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, when King Arthur's fighting the Black Knight, and the Black Knight does like 3 different chops at him, and all King Arthur does is step aside, step back, and then he chops him. That's all he's doing. He hasn't even drawn Mr. Whippy yet. Mr. Whippy is still in his case, so he's a king.
In his
Okay.
case.
That was funny. You're like, I don't know if you remember Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I'm like, of course I remember. All right, so Celia's turn.
So, quick question. Trolls are common in the mountains of Rashomon. Does Cecilia know anything about trolls?
I'm
have to
going
make a roll?
need you to make an intelligence check.
Did it work?
Oh
18.
yeah. All right. So what do you know about trolls? So you
Sounds
have a
like we
brief
got them
you have a brief flashback to Lazar saying, "Daughter, you need to remember there are creatures in the mountains. They have green skin and thick hides and long claws, and they are very dangerous. And if you see one, you should run. But if you cannot run, you should use fire or acid against them. Not that you know those spells, because only fools learn those spells.
Chant them to be your friends.
Use one of the other apprentices. Those fools have learned the fire magics. You are meant for better things. Now get back to your tasks."
And he's
Anyway.
clarified why you have to use those things.
Right,
Do I know
because
that?
it stops their regeneration.
Okay.
Otherwise, they will put themselves back together, even if you cut them down into the smallest of pieces.
All right.
Those are the worst.
Which he demonstrated by chopping up a dead rabbit into lots of little pieces.
What'd you do? That's normal, right?
Totally normal. Totally normal thing to say to your 6-year-old child.
This is when I really want to be able to be like, we have a saying in Rashomon, because I know people are playing bingo, and this is when I would not normally try to drop it, but I'm recovering from my second shot, so I feel like I'm going to say the saying in Rashomon: trolls get their hit points back. But I think in an interesting and metaphorical way. When I think of it, I'll post it on the Discord, and you can all go, "Oh, I like it."
Trolls regrow fingers. Naughty apprentices do not. Okay.
All right.
Anyway, Cecilia's turn.
I'm going to start out. I'm going to cast Hex on the troll that's in front of me. That's just past Sarshan. And then Cecilia doesn't have any acid or fire magic, but what she does have is Chill Touch, which will prevent it from getting hit points back until the start of my turn.
Okay.
So let's see if that works.
So I marked it with a
Okay, so I did 23.
23 will hit.
All right. This looks different now. Okay, so apparently it does 11 necrotic damage for Chill Touch, plus 1 from the Hex.
Okay.
And with the Hex, it gets it has a disadvantage on an ability check.
Yep.
And
which
Artemisia, your lightning bolts are Dex saves.
ability? I don't believe it will affect saving throws. So.
Oh, it doesn't? Oh, you're right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, such bullshit.
Typically, you'll want to pick like strength if
Okay.
you think it's going to be grappling or
Oh, that's true, because
dexterity.
it's for like attacks and stuff. Okay.
Well,
so
it won't
strength.
affect attacks,
Won't
but
affect attacks.
it will affect grappling.
What's
things.
the point of this spell? It should do more things. Okay.
That's
give it
mostly
strength.
an out of combat effect. Like you can hex somebody out of combat and really mess up their day. All right, strength. Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. This troll back here comes striding over this burial mound. Sees Artemisia over there. And goes for her.
Uh-oh.
Artemisia, you still have your shield up though.
What?
Or you didn't cast shield.
I
but
didn't cast shield, but I can.
You
I
could
will.
in theory, yeah.
Yes.
All right, here we go. 21.
Nope, not with shield.
Okay. All right, so it tries to bite you and gets a mouthful of your lightning-ish shield. Claw 21, again. Claw 21. All right. All right, so it's rare to roll multiple 20s in a row, but it's also rare to roll multiple 14s in a row. I just want to say. All right. So that troll, his turn came to nothing. Sarshan's turn. Sarshan. Let's see. Cecilia is still right there. Troll is right here. Sarshan says, "What were you saying about fire?"
Hit it with fire. That's
I
right.
can do
I should have
that.
shouted that to everybody. Should be like,
What?
Shiny, do the fire thing with your sword again.
It's not like fire, it's radiant energy.
Well, that's useless.
Ha! Sarshat says, "This is my moment to shine," and his sword bursts into flames. I have actual fire. And he rolls a 10 and misses.
Oh, that's
well,
why
but
you
he
don't
has-
showboat, darling.
But he has 2 attacks. Yaha, 24 will hit. That was great.
Don't forget to be adding a die 4 to your rolls too.
Oh my god, I forgot. All right. Thank
I
you.
always
reminder.
forget that.
Okay, he does put that troll down. I mean, it had taken a lot of damage from Shiny hitting it. So that troll goes down, and it is in flames,
There's a proud
and it
tradition
has the chill
of
touch hanging on to it.
sniping Chinese.
So it goes down gurgling and screeching.
Nice.
And,
And
so
I'm
she
sure-
goes, "Ha ha!"
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like.
Okay, another troll comes squeezing out of a tunnel there, up at the top. And this troll is slightly different from the others. It is a bulbous mass of a huge monstrosity that seems to, it like has a human limb hanging out of its mouth.
Ugh.
Oh, it's got all the bodies up there. It must be the boss.
That's why they're all missing, is because it's like on Thanksgiving after everyone's eaten all the turkey and they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm attacking. Oh, yeah, oh. They're all super stuffed on human.
Exactly. And it comes barreling up toward everybody. It can't quite get to you, so it's just going to move over here,
Jeez.
sort of near Artemisia, but not like on top of Artemisia. It looks up at you and grins madly. And it reaches its claws down toward its bulbous corpulent form and slashes itself open, releasing the spray of poisonous gunk toward you.
Oh no!
Oh, poor Artemisia.
Artemisia, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's an Artemisia nightmare. Like, oh, he's sprayed with
Yeah.
ickiness
I know.
as an
So,
attack.
do I get the D4 for that as well?
I believe so.
Okay.
Oh no!
I needed it, and it may not be enough. So that's an 11.
You add the die 4 from the blessed to your save rolls as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's with the
All
11
right,
with that.
you
Wow.
did not make it.
No.
That's the bad news. The good news is that it does poison damage, but you had the hero's feast. So it doesn't actually harm you at
It
all.
was
nice.
worth using up the cup.
What an overpowered spell. All right, anyway. Stong's turn. It's not like the trolls knew that you'd be immune to poison. Okay, Stong, your turn. So the troll that was attacking you is now fallen.
Yeah, so these burial mounds, they're like, how tall again?
About 3.5 feet. Barrow mounds. That's exactly what we're talking about. These are little barrows.
Gotcha.
This
Man.
cavern looks like it might have originally been a human-made cavern. Like it is not a natural cavern, but if it was connected to some construction, that was obviously a long time ago.
So Stong is going to cast his Wall of Force. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You can cut
gonna
the
leave a
chamber in
little-
half, okay?
Yeah, he's going to leave a little space over there because he knows that Artemisia wants to
This
cast
troll,
some
this side of the wall or other side of the wall?
stuff. The side that's not with Artemisia.
Okay. It's kind of hedged out. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he will cast the rest down here. 1, 2, 3. I guess he'll seal off this just in case something comes out.
I'm going to refer to this spell as your pinball table spell. Because you're essentially setting the bounds that enemies will be able to move through.
And you
Yeah.
remind me, can we cast spells through the wall of force
Visual
or
ones.
no? Visual
Only
ones,
ones-
but not. Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Eldritch Blast
teleportation.
can't go through. Banishment can.
Yeah. Banishment can. Eldritch Blast wouldn't be able to.
That's what
But
I just
volunteer.
said.
I agree. I'm
But
just
like-
repeating. I'm saying yes. You are correct.
But you can cast an area effect spell on the other side. You just can't have something that
Yeah.
passes through it.
Well, it depends.
yeah.
Some can, some can't.
Yeah, normally just movement spells. But yeah, so then Stan will move up to stand next to Artemisia, and then that's it.
Can we see this wall of force?
Mhm.
Yes.
And how tall is it?
10 feet.
So it's only 10 feet. They can.
Clamber over it.
Vault it.
Okay.
But it could be raised from the floor. Like, how tall is the ceiling here? I thought it was low for some reason.
Well, it was 20 feet in
20 feet.
the actual cavern area.
Oh, gotcha. In that case, maybe the 5 down below, I'll just erase those, and then you could just double up the ones up north with Artemisia.
Okay.
So it'll be 20 feet tall.
Okay. Don't delete my troll.
Oh, I'm going to do the delete attack.
I'm going to do the Control Alt Delete attack. Ah! All right.
But then you just do like the copy pasta attack back at us, and there'd be like 20 more trolls.
Hey, yeah.
All right. Yeah, this battle is too easy for you. 20 more trolls appear. Okay, that was Stung. Rogar, it is your turn. It is now round 2.
All right, I move here. I'll charge across. Careful to step around the fallen corpse of the still burning, charred corpse of the troll that Sorshin fell. So, do I know if I can cast Flame Strike through this wall?
Real quick. I think you skipped me.
Did we?
Not on the
Okay.
turn order, maybe.
Oh,
Oh.
I guess we did.
And that's what Rogar thinks he's going to do. But instead, he's just standing here.
I don't know how that happened, but yeah. Sturge, you can go ahead and take your turn.
So I go before Stong, right?
You do, yes.
Okay. So.
You could be on the
Sturge-
other side of the wall if you want. Sturge exists slightly outside of time. 'Cause he's a diviner.
Yeah.
Strong casts his wall first and goes, Sturge, how'd you get over there?
Yeah, where'd you
and it's
come
all
from?
very in character.
Okay. So Sturge looks at the troll that just slashed at him 3 times and says, "One moment, please." Turns around, flicks a fireball into the corner over there, turns around again and says, "Right, where were we? Oh, yes."
Ah.
And then he disengages and zooms over here.
Okay.
And the fireball does this. Hope it's going to show. There we go.
All right.
Nice.
There's a lot of ones there. Jesus.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah, it's not.
Could have been better.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah, and it's fire damage on all of them.
Better than nothing. You guys are harsh. Anyway.
4 1s and 2 2s.
Okay. None of
it's too bad.
the trolls hit by the fire succeeded on their saves, so they all take 17 fire damage.
God, it's so weak.
I don't know. It's still useful.
I mean, it could have been a maximum of 48, so minimum of 8.
Okay.
Mostly, you were roasting the human corpses in the back. We'll go with that.
Right. It's just cooked meat smell horrible.
Yeah, but the wall's keeping it at bay, so It's not too bad.
The wall hasn't come up yet. Now the wall goes up.
Like just as the stench is starting to waft in your direction, the wall comes up and stops it. All right. Okay. Yeah, I think I skipped a couple of trolls actually, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's totally okay. So
They were very sneaky.
Yeah, I was wondering. When it suddenly came to my turn, I was like, I thought I was at the very end of everybody.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that happened. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Rogar's turn.
So Rogar charges up the thing around the charred, burning, stinking corpse of the troll that Sarshan chopped down with his flaming sword. Huzzah! And does he know whether he can cast Flame Strike through?
He can.
Okay.
You
So-
can cast Flame Strike on the other side of a wall force, yeah.
I mean, probably the smart thing would be to deal with the troll that isn't blocked from us. But he's inspired. He's like, yeah, Sturge, and here's more for you. And he calls down, centered on, I think there. So it basically the 10-foot radius will hit these two trolls.
Okay.
Closest to Artemisia.
Understood.
Aye. So, tell me, are you screaming or is this burning Sharon Lars flame? And a huge column of flame comes down, strikes him, and does, let's see, roll 4 dice. Wait, gotta do the slash roll 4 dice. It does. It's not bad. 12 points of fire damage and.
Okay, what's their saving throw DC?
16.
Okay. Nope. Neither of them is dexterous enough to make it.
What the
It's hard to be dexterous when you're on fire, that's for sure. All
I
right.
suppose.
Are these little troll babies in here in this one room?
And so 12 points of fire and 11 points of radiant damage.
I think those are skeletons.
Okay, you said 11 points of radiant damage?
Aye.
Okay.
And 12 points of fire. Right.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, what do we think this is?
I think Mama Troll rolled over on some of her babies up here.
Oh no!
Wow. Okay, this troll smolders and cooks and burns to death and is gone. Okay.
Hooray.
Artemisia's turn.
So chain lightning seems like something might go through wall force.
You'd have to go like up here where I left the opening. Like you'd have to
You'd
move
have
there.
to, yeah, you'd have to fly
Fast.
around the wall
Okay.
force.
What's over here?
You don't know.
But does Artemisia know?
There is a sealed set of stone doors there.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Apparently,
There's a
Artemisia
little-
doesn't have X-ray vision. We're learning
There's a
so
little
many things.
narrow gap between the doors and the wall force that you think you could squeeze your way through if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yes. Squeeze your way through.
Well, okay. I mean, could be a terrible mistake, but
Well, because couldn't she move up there, cast, and then move back with the rest of her movement?
Theoretically, yeah.
okay. So she's not going to use chain lightning because there's not enough of them, and there's a clear space to do straight through those two. So she's just going to do a regular lightning bolt, 4th level. And I was on chain lightning. Foolish eye. And it is. I should have these memorized by now. I really should. Okay.
Eric,
Yeah.
Do we hear the sound of running water anywhere?
You do hear a constant sound of draining water, like small waterfalls. Yeah.
But not like a shower?
Unclear.
Mm.
This is sewer, right?
Well, it is raining very heavily up above you,
Yeah.
and so some of that water is filtering down through the ground. You're not actually in the sewer system. Okay, what is their dex save DC?
17.
Ooh, one of them actually made it. Awesome.
What?
Oh, the other did as well. All
What?
right, so they take half damage.
And it's not fire acid or anything, but she doesn't have any fire acid, so.
It's still 19 damage though. That's pretty good.
And then, yeah, going back.
Okay. You were still up high enough that you didn't enter the threatened range of the big one, so you're good.
Excellent.
Okay. This troll right here is gonna come and attack Shiny.
Reasonable.
Because I mean, what would this combat be if I didn't like put Shiny down? Okay, 23 to hit.
That does just barely.
Cool. You take 6 piercing damage.
Ow.
Excellent. Good job, troll. Well done.
Why are
16
they so
misses. 9 misses. Oh, these are just regular trolls. Okay. That's it for that troll.
These night bats died to these like 6 damage per hit trolls.
So Celia's turn.
Should I just keep doing that cantrip, but I kind of want to do something crazy?
Look,
Instead.
Roll20 hates me tonight. It's
Oh.
kind of fun.
You know what? For how many times it's given you nonstop crits, I'm glad it's evening it out.
I'm not saying that it's not a good thing for all.
Last time was
Fair.
rough.
It's the ebb and flow of Roll20's favor really just makes the game more interesting. It's
Exactly.
good for the game as a whole. It would be nice if it
Exactly.
would just kind of balance out to just always be a little different.
Oh.
So you're charging up there to hit him with your axe.
Well, yes, but first I'm going to transfer Hex to it.
Okay.
The Hex I had on the one that dropped. I
Yep.
can just move it to the bonus action. And yeah, I'm going to try to hit it with the axe.
Okay.
So first one, did that go through? It did. 19?
19 does hit.
Okay, so when I hit it, I'm also going to channel my the energy of my my witch abilities to do Eldritch Smite, which I've never actually used before.
Oh,
Okay. Oh my
And since
God.
we're doing great and it doesn't matter, and I've got all my spell slots, this is worth it. Okay, so the first damage is that, and then did that roll through or did that come back to me? Okay, so that did 14, and then sorry, beyond 20 mix is getting a little weird. So we'll say the sort of glowing red energy and the edge of frost on the blade adds an extra 1d8 force damage plus another 1d8 per level of the spell slot, and my spell slots are 5th level, right? So the 68. Stop me if I'm doing this
Yeah,
wrong.
that sounds right to me. Dang.
Bunch of dice just flew across. Oh, and some of them rolled good, but some of them 31.
Oof.
Woo!
Nice.
That is 45 total.
Wow.
So the yeah, so she just pulls out this giant great axe that's really, she should not be able to hold that thing, and wallops it, and then also she's gonna hit it a second time, but I can't do Eldritch Smite both times, so it's gonna be a little less exciting if it does hit.
Okay.
So that one's a 28.
Bam!
Yeah, that does hit.
7.
Okay. Would have been funny if that hit killed it, but no, it doesn't.
And
It's
I-
still
but
up.
I beat it up
It's
pretty
very injured though. Like you sank your axe deep into its torso and nearly cut it in half. And you pull the axe out, and the troll is starting to knit itself back together, and that's the only reason it's still on its feet. Okay, wow. All
I feel like I
right.
can hear my father's voice in the back of my head, like, idiot, you should have used the cantrip. But you know what? It was satisfying to smash it.
Why wouldn't you enchant it and then use it against its allies? Not
That might have
thinking
been my other-
tactically.
That might have been my other plan.
Not thinking tactically, Ilya. Not thinking. Anyway, okay, so this troll, seeing that things are not looking good for it with this wall of force in the way, is going to slither back into this space.
I forgot one small thing I was going to do before I ran off.
Yeah. that's fine.
I have a scroll that I picked up in the Night Mask's hideout. It is a delayed fireball.
Mhm.
And I looked at it. I can't cast it. But Sturge is standing right next to me. So I'm going to hand it to Sturge and be like, I don't know if you need this. And then I'm going to run it and hit that troll.
Okay.
It's super late now, but I think we skipped over me. I think I was supposed to go between Rogar and Artemisia.
You know, I'm just clicking the next order on the turn tracker. I don't know why it's messing up like that.
Huzzah.
Yes, Adrian, it is your turn.
I was just winding up a good swing.
Time flows differently in this cavern.
I got the first one on it.
Roll 20
Oh,
with me in a little
whoa,
bit.
nice.
So, oh boy. Okay.
All right.
Natural
So
20.
I always get confused. So you have your own crit rolls, right?
Yep. Just roll your damage and then add the maximum that your dice would have done.
Excellent. Does that include my smite?
Yep.
Oh,
Wonderful.
damn.
We're gonna do-
Oh, I forgot the blessed dice again. Okay, it's fine.
All right. So 21 plus 5 times 8, 40, so 61 damage.
Oh my God.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Ooh.
I mean, this thing's dead before.
Okay, well, that troll is definitely down.
High five. High five of reaction.
Yeah.
Smitey.
Does it
Team
look
Mighty
like
Smitey.
it's coming back together, though?
It does appear to be regenerating.
All right. I'm going to look at Cecilia and say, can you handle that with fire?
I don't have fire.
Ugh. All right. I'm going to...
That's Sarshan's job.
I don't either. All right. Well, I'm going to trust that you've got it. You and Sarshan got it from here, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just start going that way to help out over here.
Okay. Starch, your turn.
There's only one troll left up there. Okay.
Well, there are two, but one is like disappeared in the back corner. We're not quite sure
Oh,
if they're hiding or not.
For reinforcements.
okay. All right. Sturge is going to come out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's going to touch Shiny
Hello. What?
on the shoulder and say,
Where'd you come from?
I'm going to give you a little extra speed. I hope you don't mind.
All right.
And he's going to cast haste on him,
Oh, exciting.
which will give him +2 to his armor class and doubles your speed and gives you an extra attack.
Doubles my speed. All right.
Wait, so is your AC like 25 now?
23, unfortunately.
Oh.
Oh.
Man, you're practically made of tissue paper.
Womp, womp, womp.
What an embarrassing AC for Paladin. Jesus.
I might do Shield of Faith just to see.
Wow.
Bonus action, hide in this little hole.
Okay, yeah, that's a burial alcove.
Is there someone in it?
Disguise yourself with
skeleton.
bones. You hold the
Oh.
skull up in front of you.
Well,
It's just like the
I'll-
picture.
Totally. Just hold the skull in front of my face.
All right, so it's Sarshan's turn.
Alas, poor Yorick, you hit
He
me
runs
well.
over to Cecilia and he says, "How can I help? What can I do?"
I think it's coming back. Can you hit it with some fire? This one I want you to burn.
You mean be cleanup for Sir Sorrow?
I mean, I hit it quite hard. Did everybody miss that? That was
That's true.
extremely effective.
Hold on.
I feel
Hear
like
me
you're getting
out.
a little obsessed with shiny, and I don't know why.
Hear me out, he says, as the troll is starting to regenerate.
Fire it.
We wait until it comes back to life, and then I hit it, and then we say that you killed it and I killed it.
What?
All right, fine. And he
Just
stabs
hit
it with
it.
the sword. You never let me do anything fun. Anyway,
Are we doing this now? Is that what's happening?
doing what? Look, I can't compete with the really handsome knight who just came back into your life. It's weird.
That's what this is about.
My God. Oh my God. First, we're gonna kill trolls, and then we're gonna have a conversation.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that out loud.
Okay. Just gonna give him a comforting squeeze on the arm. Like, it's okay, but trolls first.
You know, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, yes, okay. Trolls first. I like killing trolls first. That's a good plan. Okay, this troll, the big boss troll, garbles something in a language that is very strange to you. Does anyone speak giant?
My other character speaks giant. I do not.
Nope.
Okay.
As a dwarf, I on giant.
And then the wound that it carved in itself to spray the poison at Artemisia has closed up again. And
Did we?
yeah, sorry, my internet kind of
Okay.
glitched out there for a second. But yeah, I am back. So mess up the display, didn't I?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
No.
Anyway, so this one slithers back into the spot where it came from. Okay.
Door up.
Stong, your turn.
Interesting. Interesting. So they moved all the way back. Yeah, I kind of feel like this wall of force did its job. Now the question is, what do I do instead? So, okay. I got it. So, I'm gonna drop my wall of force, and then I am going to, prepare an action. I'm gonna cast another wall of force, going after Cecilia. And then Stong's gonna turn around to her, and then say, "They're in a corner. Drop a radiant. Oh man, what do you call it? A
Sickening
radiant
radiance?
field. Yeah, sickening radiance." So he's gonna drop his first
Cloud.
one. And then he'll prepare to cast another one.
Okay. Rogar, your turn.
Right. Okay. So I heard Stong saying that. So I'm guessing that you're planning on that up in that upper corner there, right? So I was thinking about like stone melding, this trying to kind of close up that entrance, but I think you.
Oh, that works too.
Yeah.
You're a better. Okay. I think your wall of force is guaranteed they can't go through, whereas they might break. But okay, I'll however many that is, 1, 2, 3. I'll come up here and I'll go up here just so that there's a clear line of sight there. And then I'll touch the wall and like mill the stone to seal up as much of this as I can, like from the ground up, like just kind of start filling it up. So I think it's 5 by 5, I think.
Okay, when you get over there, you see that there is a burrow of loose dirt, kind of right there,
Okay.
and you suspect that the trolls might have burrowed down through the ground there.
Whoa. I call that back to the party. I think they like dug down into the ground. I didn't even think they're here anymore.
You just seal some stone
Seal the
over that,
ground.
or
So I'll
stick your hands in there and fireball it.
yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if we're in initiative order, I don't have enough. Oh, I guess I can move. Well, if I move twice, that's my action. So I don't have enough movement to get into there and seal that. I can still partially seal this entryway, but if we're out of initiative order because all the enemies have disappeared, then I can just go ahead and move in and do that.
We are basically out of initiative order. The enemies
Okay.
have indeed disappeared.
Okay, so I will go in and I will try to basically cover up that burrow, the hole where they disappeared with stone. Seal it up.
Okay. So
I might have to cast it twice to do that, but
it would appear that Sturge is inspecting this big stone door,
Yes.
which appears to be truly ancient and sized for maybe 10-foot tall beings to walk through. It's really big.
Is there a way to open it? Are there handles? Are there
no handles.
Are there giant levers next to it?
Nope.
Featureless stone door.
Yep.
Are there push on it? Push.
How strong are you?
10.
Yeah, no. Nothing happens.
Hey, Adrian, Stong, Adrian,
Yeah.
come push on this door. See if we can get it going here.
Okay.
I almost got it myself, but
You just need a little bit more.
I loosened it up for you.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, we do that together.
Yeah.
All right. As you're pushing on the door, Sarshan turns to Cecilia and says, "Well, you can't help but notice that the trolls are now dead or fled. Dead or fled."
They are. Yeah. Okay.
Did you have a great romance with this Sir Shiny?
No. Why would you think that?
Why? He's just so very handsome, and you seem to like him, or at least his stories, or find him important. I don't know.
We're
You have
friends.
such a cute name for him. You call him Sir Shiny. I call him Sir
He
Sorrow.
hates that. Do you get that? He hates that. You do
Yeah,
that
but
because
isn't
it's
that how
funny.
you express affection?
Okay. No. Shiny and I never had a thing. That's
Oh.
definitely not. Yeah. I once killed a vampire that he almost killed. That's
So you
probably the
work
closest
together
you've
to
ever been.
slay terrible fiends.
Yeah, but I do that with everybody.
That is true. Huh.
You're the one I like, you dope.
Oh. Oh, well, that's good. That's reassuring.
You kiss him on the cheek.
Aw.
You're very, very strange that you that yeah. No, it's okay.
Oh, good.
Is that why you've been acting so weird?
What do you mean by weird?
You've been acting really slightly obsessed with Shiny.
Oh.
I thought you had a thing for him.
I also thought that.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean-
I think everybody thought that.
He is extremely handsome, but
You've
view
said that
him-
a lot of times too.
I view him as a rival, not as a romantic interest.
Good. You like me, I like you.
Absolutely.
And I don't just don't even sorry. I'm a little like, I don't know what she'd say, but I think she's extremely confused by the idea that you'd assume that Shiny liked her. So
Does he like you?
no.
You don't think so, or you
I don't
don't
think
know
so.
so, or you know.
Oh my god, you
Oh.
have to calm down about this.
All right. I will.
What's
Okay.
behind the door?
How's that door coming, guys?
Good question. You're pushing on the door.
Sorry. I was so distracted by that conversation.
Everybody's like, what's
Like,
going
well,
on? What's the drama?
Yeah, this happened.
Sound really carries it.
Everyone's just leaning against the door, like, "Hey, we're still here doing a thing."
Sarshan doesn't have volume control. Everybody just be cool.
I thought this was my inside voice. Okay. All right.
I got an 18. I don't know what Shiny rolled.
Oh, am I supposed to be making an athletics check?
Oh, pushing on the door, I guess.
Yes.
Athletics is one of my good ones. Yeah. Oh, 2, 10.
Wah, wah, wah.
You do get that D4 if it matters.
Oh! Ooh,
Oh, there you go. 14.
And Sturge, you're also working on
Oh,
the door,
yeah.
right?
Heck yeah. Can I use acrobatics?
No.
You
that'd
give one
be-
of us advantage.
Oh. Well, yeah. I'm going to push on Stong.
Like move his
I mean,
legs and be
shiny.
like, put your foot
Shiny.
here.
This is more of a combined athletic result thing. So it would be more beneficial for you to just make an athletics check.
Did you
Okay.
see his
What about
athletics check?
telekinesis? Can she use telekinesis on the door like it's a object?
Yes.
Rogar, we need your arms over here. Sorshin, get over here.
So Rhiannon,
We're
what
all
I'm going to
pushing
need you to
this
do
door.
is make a charisma arcana check with your telekinesis.
Throw my dying floor. 23.
Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Between the lot of you, including Sturge, going.
And I just want to say that Artemisia, like, she's still, well, she can't float while she's telekinesing something else, but she's gonna like have her hands up and be just like.
You're just pushing on it, and Artemisia lands and goes, and that little extra bit of force grinds the door open slightly, and there's this sucking vacuum sensation of like air just into the door for a second, and then a smell as of dust and age comes through the door. And that's all the time we have for tonight. So we'll see what's behind the door at the next session.
Nice.
I have been Eric Scott DeVee, the DM of this campaign. I realized I didn't introduce myself at the beginning. I'm still Eric Scott DeVee.
You have a thing coming out. You
every
talk about
time.
that now.
I do have a thing coming out, which is the 4th book of my World of Ruin series. It's the last one. For now, I might eventually write more, but it concludes that arc.
Cool.
The release date on that is May 5th. I should get around to putting up a link to order it, but I'll do that soon enough. Anyway,
Congratulations.
our guest player has been Stefan Marmion, playing Adrian Corvetto. Tell us about your charity, Stefan.
Yes, again, I'm just plugging the Ballard Food Bank as I did last week. This last year has been really hard for a lot of people, and a lot of people who couldn't provide for themselves before the pandemic are still having trouble nowadays. And the Ballard Food Bank does a lot of work towards making sure those people have not only places to eat, but safe places to like hang out and people to like trust and talk to as well. Check them out.
Nice. And the rest of us, take it away, Aaron.
Aaron M. Evans. You can find me on Twitter at Aaron M. Evans. On Mondays at 11 Pacific, you can catch me on Champions of Lore on twitch.tv/CNE Games, which is the Twitch channel of our lovely sponsors, Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms. Check them out at idlechampions.com.
I've been Rhiannon Held. Also right is RZ Held. And all of us being authors of various stripes, you can find our books on the Amazon widget on the Twitch page and also on dungeonscrawlers.com. So take a look at those, check them out. And tonight I'd like to thank our moderators, Allie, Selzerine, and Myrduck.
Hey, I'm Ying Wang. I am going to be picking the dice winner, and it is congratulations, Rumpus Imperator.
Hey.
I'm going to DM you and get your details, and then we'll get that jumbo D20 over to you.
Congrats.
I'm Stephen Merlino. You can also find our past videos on our YouTube channel linked on our Twitch page below. Be sure to click the subscribe button to support us and the bell to get notified as we add new content.
And I'm Randy Henderson. Check out the Gelatinous Cube story if you like funny stories like Terry Pratchett kind of humor. And you can find that and fiction from Cecilia on the origin story of her totally not a warlock, and great alt world fiction from Rhiannon and other things on our Discord. So check that out. New realms inspired fiction for you, and then check out our website for bios on the players, characters, info on all the recaps of all our past episodes, so you can catch up if you're a new viewer. Lots of great stuff there. So yeah, until next time, stay scrawly.